Cordell Volson. Yo, big dude, you're a stud. Appreciate you, Cordell, very much. I'm sorry that we couldn't finish the interview, but thanks for making time for us. Good luck this weekend. Cannot wait to see both those games. I love both those matchups. If you want my pick, go to Jim Rome's Big Head Bets. Not only do I give you my picks, the big head James Kelly gives you his picks, and this time, a lot of people are saying that was the best pod of the season. It's because James Kelly, I think, came with a bunch of prop bets. Lots of different options. The Pro Football Doc is there, too. In addition to that, brand new episode of The Reinvention Project with Jim Rome. The first episode of 2023. Look for it. Have a great weekend. We're out. Is your check engine light on? Do not ignore it. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today and let their professional parts people scan your vehicle for free. They will retrieve the codes, discuss possible solutions, and even help you find a professional technician if necessary. For check engine light diagnosis, repair advice, or the right tools and parts, get everything you need from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Here's a message just for the attorneys out there. So you passed the bar, joined a firm, or even built your own. Now are you finding out that you're doing more administration than actual law practice? Lexicon can help. Lexicon is a legal technology provider with over a decade of experience streamlining administrative tasks like timekeeping, billing, and more, so you can focus on maximizing billable hours and increasing client satisfaction. Call 855-4LEXICON or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn more.
If you missed the Brian Bailey Show, you missed.
Riley Davis, assistant coach under Mike Schwartz, joins us. I don't know how long it's going to take because obviously this program hasn't had that many winning seasons, but it's going to come.
You're exactly right. I mean, that is how he is wired. I mean, he's just the kind of guy in adversity. He doesn't seek comfort in something else. He's the kind of guy that when adverse situations come on, he meets them head on. I mean, that's just how he's wired.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Saturdays are your day to kick back, relax, and have fun. That's why Ottavola Market Cafe is the perfect place to go for dinner, drinks, and takeout. Ottavola is open every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the bar side, serving a special selection of menu favorites of appetizers, pastas, and specialty pizzas. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or drinks with friends, Ottavola is the best choice every Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. Visit OttavolaMarket.com to see what's new, and visit Ottavola on Red Banks Road every Saturday starting at 4. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington is celebrating 40 years in business. That means big savings for you on your favorite men's and women's clothing and accessories. As you would expect, Rhonda has slashed prices 40% on select merchandise. Outerwear, slacks, assorted sportswear, and shoes for the men. Dresses, sweaters, blouses, and outerwear for the ladies. Celebrate 40 years with us and save 40% while it lasts. We're here because of you, and we thank you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Are you looking for a home loan? Look no further than Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage. Since 1960, Guild Mortgage has partnered with industry professionals to close loans on time and help millions of Americans realize their dreams. Call Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage in Jacksonville, 910-389-4602. Amy Goss is licensed in Florida, Georgia, Maine, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 3274. NMLSconsumeraccess.org/for licensing information. Please visit guildmortgage.com/licensing. Guild Mortgage is not affiliated with Pirate Radio.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. UniversitySportswearENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, UniversitySportswearENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit UniversitySportswearENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. UniversitySportswearENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
And Elliott's got to be on the backside of his career. He takes up a ton of cap space for you guys, so he's kind of dead weight almost.
Yeah.
I saw they moved him to center. Is that where he's going to play next year?
No, he proved that with one play. He's not going to play there next year.
That's one of those great ideas when you're against the scout team in practice, and it probably works 9 out of 10 times, but the execution of that in real life is a little bit different.
Like Bailey said, I mean, the game is over at that point, but man, what a way to go out. What a hilarious way to end the season.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Well, I just think we were prepared. You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
All right.
Ty?
Hi.
Ty?
I want me some glory hole.
Dude, you ain't mouse. I'm the boss.
Cojones.
It's me, Nancy Garcia. Hey, I'm sorry. All right.
How about those friggin' pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930 online, pr927fm.com. And you can watch the program on Facebook Live and YouTube. Let's have a fun Friday show today with a beautiful day outside the Pirate Radio studios. We got some awesome football coming up this weekend, some Pirate hoops, ECU baseball on the horizon. So we have a lot to discuss on this Friday show, and we'll talk about it with you on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you like the program, and that would help us out. Shirley Rhodes is here on a Friday, the man of Chandler Honeycutt, once again putting in the work on a Friday, as did Shirley Rhodes. We've got some studio updates to talk about in a moment that Bryce Williams will be happy about. It is...
Sorry, I had the microphone on.
Was that you, Chandler?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. We're going to have a good Friday show.
We're going to have a robust discussion. I'm sorry. I didn't know the mic was on.
That's fine. All right. We've got Free Beer Friday, and coming up today in hour number 3, you'll have your chance to win a 12-pack of Bud Light Apple and the 12-pack of Bud Light Seltzer Cocktail Hour. So both of those available for you, along with some other goodies coming up on today's show. Beautiful lineup Chandler has on the video feed. We've got, as you can see, from ECU Club Baseball, Shea Ward and Ty Colmore. If Colmore sounds familiar, that is because he is indeed the brother of Cam Colmore. So we'll talk a little ECU Club Baseball coming up later on this hour. A lot to discuss with Tony Dunn from the C3 podcast, as Frank Reich has been named the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. We'll get Tony's take on that. Brian North will join us later on in the program, as will Morgan Ahlers. So a lot to discuss on today's show. Let's see what the folks are saying in our chat rooms. You can check us out, YouTube and Facebook Live, also Twitter as well. Steve Hill says, "Hey Siri, play Down with the Sickness by the oh, Steve, you got a flub. Sorry, Dan Marino, but yeah,
there's no flub.
Dan, there is a flub.
There's no flub.
There's a flub. Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. Oh, thank you. Not System of a Down, but I'll edit Steve's post and I'll read it as is. Hey Siri, play Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. Oh, Now playing The Reflex by Duran Duran on Apple Music. That is a reference from yesterday's show. Steve went a long way to get there. He also said burglary.
A burglary.
Clipper!
Clipper!
Hold the streaker's hand.
I want to shake his hand.
Swinging dingers.
Swinging dingers?
2 little butt cheeks.
It's 2 little butt cheeks.
All right.
Oops.
All right. Okay. There is the request line is open for request, and Shirley Rhodes hard at work. And Shirley has been hard at work in studio. If we need something done, if Chandler needs a button sewn, if I need assistance, checking my oil.
Assistance is called.
She's like the
Shirley checked your oil. You stood and stared at me.
I mean, that's not really true.
Yeah, you did.
No, she's like the Kyle Allen of Pirate Radio. Was it Kyle Allen that used to like fix everybody's like cars for the Washington Commanders or Washington football team?
Yeah, that was a joke, right? That
makes it even better.
That was a bit we used to do.
I thought he actually did something for somebody. I thought that's why we joked about it.
It was a joke.
Why did we joke about that?
Because Ron Rivera kept Kyle Allen around in Carolina and in Washington, and we were trying to figure out why. So we made up an entire fake scenario.
Man, we got to stop doing bits. I think they're real life. I think they're actually true.
That's the best part is your random memory pulled that up.
So you actually thought...
I thought he
I
thought he fixed somebody's wheel after practice one day, and that's why we joked about it.
No, we were making up a scenario.
Wow, I am an idiot.
Well,
there was no flub though. I didn't flub that.
No flub. There was no flub.
Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome.
Boom, boom, boom.
Now, what were we talking about? Anything?
Surely.
So, Bryce Williams, old fancy boy Bryce, came in here, had a cramp. A couple weeks, a fake cramp, by the way, which again, Chandler fell for that too.
I fell for it. I fell for it too.
I was looking for water.
That it was a bit. I didn't know that's what they.
I knew we had no water, but I still got up in a panic. Like, all right, I got to find this guy some water.
I thought you were going to get him some out of the sink.
I thought you were going to shoot out the back door and run over to UBE.
Instead, you just stayed out in the hallway. So.
I stood in the hallway and was like this. I was like, come to find out he was faking it.
So, Bryce had a cramp, A, because he didn't have water, and B, he couldn't tell what time it was. Because sometimes when you don't know what time it is, you'll cramp up.
Like he was being a total diva.
Out of panic. Well, water situation fixed.
Check.
And now,
next,
we've got big news. Clock situation fixed.
Clock management fixed.
That's right. We should have 0 more issues with clock management. And Shirley Rhodes had a freaking drill in here, putting it in the wall, got it set up beautifully right below the camera. I'm staring at it right now, right in the face. It's already 2 minutes off my phone.
Your phone may look.
It's 2 minutes off my phone and my computer.
Oh my God!
This thing sucks.
Shirley,
no,
get in
I
there.
had that clock right. But then you took the remote from me and started tinkering with it.
What kind of BS clock is this?
I'll fix the clock.
It's fine. We have a beautiful clock. It's
all right.
Actually, no.
Once again, bad clock management.
It's not a bad thing that it's off 2 minutes. Is it ahead 2 minutes?
It's behind 2 minutes.
Okay, no, that's bad.
It's
I gotta fix that. If it was
bad.
ahead 2 minutes, I'd be like, that's fine, because then you'll end the show on time.
It's 3:07 on my phone and computer. It's 3:05 on the wall. Major issues.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Now we have even a bigger issue, and that's Troy trying to fix something. This could end up worse than before.
He's like Tim the Toolman Taylor. Always like getting himself in trouble when he
I don't
tries
think
to
so,
do something.
Tim. But Shirley, great job on the installation.
Well, thank you.
Do you have a Yelp review I can leave?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm giving you 5 stars.
Well, hold on. Well, I guess you could say what a slight Yelp review. Chandler, did the button on those pants that I sewed back on your pants, Was that, what the heck are you doing?
This is Troy fixing the clock.
God, see, this is why you don't touch.
Troy, it's fine. We can figure this out.
Troy, get out of here.
You
Dad,
have your
get out.
backpack on. Please go ahead. Enjoy your Friday.
Dad, get out of our room.
We're fine.
That button I sewed onto your pants is still on there, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay, just making sure. All right, so nothing has fallen apart or broken since
Who
I
knew
fixed
it had church chimes?
Wait, Old Blue.
It's got church bells.
Old Blue.
Does
Is
it
it still
sing
running?
hymns?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. You got oil in
we're
it
doing
because
good.
there was none in that sucker when I checked it.
Yeah, it was.
Remember the day that? Oh, I hate that I'm bringing this up. You remember Jesse? You remember me pulling up with Jesse and
Jesse.
We were
Smoke
trying
was
to figure out the name the other day.
Yeah, I walked out. I was out back getting something out of my car, and Chandler had called me on my cell phone. He said, "Hey, there's something wrong with my car." He pulls into the UBE lot, and there is just smoke.
I didn't even
billowing out of the front of his car.
I didn't even tell you. I just rolled. It was a Monday. We were getting ready for our staff meeting.
Yep.
You were here at 10 o'clock to record Jeff. You had walked out, and that's exactly when I was pulling up.
Yep.
And there was smoke. I mean, you would have thought the East Carolina Pirates were going to run out of the tunnel and Purple Haze was going to play. There was that much smoke coming from my hood.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like.
I said, "Pop your hood."
You were like, yeah, you got a problem. And I was like, yes. And sure enough, there comes Shirley to the rescue.
I took one look at it. I said, "Okay." I said, "You've got either a radiator leak or your hose to your radiator has leaked." And turns out
she was like a mechanic. She was like, "You see that bubbling right there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Yeah, that's your radiator. That's not good." And I was like, "Well, thank you, Shirley."
Shirley Rhodes doing it all, and we appreciate it here. All right.
I do what I can.
Brad on Facebook says, better song. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, well.
Or Dominate the Foe by Ked Woodley. Now, do you know what that is, Chandler?
If I heard it.
Ked Woodley, and I pulled it up on YouTube. He's the Panthers guy.
Oh, God.
He used to make songs.
Our offense and defense so intense. Your team will be the losers if you got a lick of sense. You dig the NFL, my lyrics and my rhymes. You eat up what I'm saying, spit and fly hip-hop lines. Lightning fast, big black cats, Panthers kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yo, with a TD or a field goal.
Oh,
Wait, you got to wait till it's like roar.
No, because
you can fast forward.
Pounding, paid lots of dough. Soon to be our victory at the Super Bowl. Let's go, let's go.
So
that was physically
What's his name?
painful to listen to.
Ked Woodley.
Kid?
Ked.
Oh, my gosh. Now, that is Panther fandom right there.
So what's your answer? What's the better song?
I definitely would go with Boom, Boom, Boom.
I can't believe we found a song that Boom 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 is better than.
Hey, just got word. I'm getting word right now from Troy Dreyfus.
Yeah.
That guy is from the Pitt County area and used to work at Parker's.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go.
That's pretty cool.
You probably ate some.
I need to get up with Billy so I can find this guy and make a remix.
You've eaten some of his barbecue.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. Eric says Boom Boom Boom, the better song all day. So I'm looking forward to Sunday.
Now let me hear you say, well.
Minji's Coliseum, where you will hear Boom 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 played a lot.
Now let me hear you say, well.
There's going to be so many people that are at that game that listen to this show. When it comes on, they're going to go, that's the song. It's going to be like Leo DiCaprio in the chair going, there it is. That's it.
And when they play it and the guy says, let me hear you say wayo, I want you to say,
You are terrible.
You are terrible. All in unison. Let's practice. All right, Shirley, here we go.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, well.
You are terrible.
So remember that for.
Go to hell.
Shall we say that?
And quit playing that song.
Quit playing that song. Oh, Pirates, Wichita State coming up Sunday, Chandler. You gonna be there?
I will be there.
With
12 o'clock.
swimwear?
Yes.
All right.
I will have my blue collar on.
Always. Never
Always.
You should have like a detachable blue collar you can put on any shirt you're wearing, just to signify that you're a blue collar guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like black Pirate Radio shirt, white golf shirt, whatever you're wearing. Pop a blue collar on.
Hold on. Before I leave the house, I got to put this collar on.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
yeah.
Some ministers, they have that little white collar thing. It actually is like an insert.
Yeah.
That's what you need. but
I'm
you
thinking
need it
about
blue.
getting a blue collar that I can put on any collar that I have, even if I have like a T-shirt on. Pop the blue collar on.
You're
and I'm
thinking about doing that? I literally just said it like 10 seconds ago.
I know that, but I'm actually thinking about doing that.
Okay, well, all right. I just said it, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said it. Now I'm thinking about doing it. What's the problem here?
I don't know.
I mean, damn.
Just the way
you said it, and now I'm thinking about doing it because it's a great idea. I mean, hop off, dude.
But you had.
I was gonna say. I mean, good God.
You had already agreed with me.
I mean, you got so mad. I just said that too. I know you said it 10 seconds ago. I heard you say it.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about, well, dang. You know what? I need to do that. I'm thinking about doing it. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Did you hear Kyle Allen?
I mean, I had something great. I was going to say I got the David Price. I can take my David Price Construction hard hat and wear it.
Yeah.
And now I'm teed off.
That's a great idea. You should do that.
I'm thinking about doing it.
Did you hear about Kyle Allen used to change the oil of Ron Rivera's truck? Oh, man. What is Troy doing?
Troy's been staring at me for like 5 minutes.
Get a blue dinky.
Oh, my God.
He said I should get a dick.
Troy, either take over for me or go home. Those are your two options. I'll leave.
I wish we could show the camera. I'll just go home. Troy has been sitting here like has he not? He has been sitting here over my shoulder for about 5 minutes.
He has.
I'll leave and you do the show.
I'm just listening.
I mean, what are we doing?
Dude, I literally, I actually got to where I kind of just tuned him out. But like, every time I would kind of look in the corner of my eye, he just like staring. He's standing here staring at me.
It's creepy.
And he's like, he's ready to go. He's like, he said he's managing. He's supervising. You're doing a great job of it, by the way. But he's got his backpack, like he's ready to walk out the door right now.
Yeah.
But wow, man.
All right.
He said he's got work to do. He's got to go.
Okay, enough.
Man.
Coming up this weekend,
Whew.
AFC, NFC Championship.
We'll have the games right here.
That we will. What team scores the most points this weekend? Chandler Honeycutt.
49ers.
Ooh. That is probably the least likely of the four, and I love that you said that. Why did you say that?
Just the weapons that they have. I really think that this defense is going to give them plenty of opportunities to get the ball back and score and score touchdowns. So, heck, I could see a defensive touchdown come up on Sunday for the 49ers.
49ers score the most points. What quarterback throws the most interceptions?
I'm going to go.
I hate to say it because I got this team winning, but my first thought was Patrick Mahomes.
You think so?
Well,
I
some
can
of the
see
video.
Jalen Hurts.
I
What do you
love
think?
that you're all in on the Niners. I love that.
Look, I mean, I watched him down the stretch of the regular season. I've been watching him here in the playoffs.
You've been listening to me all year.
I've been thinking about it. I thought about it. I said, hey, I like this team.
When did you think that?
Late in the regular season. They're just dominant.
They are.
They're dominant. They got so many weapons offensively and defensively. And I think the Eagles are in for a rude awakening. Great season by the Eagles. But I think it's going to get spoiled on Sunday.
Eric says something tells me the 49ers-Eagles game is not going to be pretty. Little wordplay there.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Brock, pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of people running to the window to take the Niners on Sunday. I think the Eagles are going to be the team that is picked and bet, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine on the Niners side. It is a great defensive game, and that's one issue I had. Like, Purdy didn't do much against the Cowboys. Did enough, I guess. They only scored one touchdown, though. Like our buddy Randolph at AJ's the other night. was
he
saying.
was mad. He said, when your defense only gives up one touchdown,
You're supposed to win.
There's no sense of losing.
Yeah, you're supposed to win
You're
that game.
supposed to win that game.
In the NFL. Now, they gave up some drives. They also gave up great field position because of turnovers, which led to a lot of Robbie Gould field goals. But I don't know. Will one touchdown be enough to win it on Sunday? You say the Niners score the most points. How many points is that?
In the 30s.
Holy moly. So you are accounting for a defensive touchdown in this some way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe special teams.
Are you setting me up?
Could be. What if I said I was?
Then I'd believe you. I feel like
who's your team that's going to score the most points?
now I feel like you're doing a bit.
This is my honest opinion.
Okay.
This is my honest prediction. I would say the second team would be the Bengals.
The problem is I'm picking the Chiefs in that game.
Yeah.
So I will say the Chiefs score the most points with 27. 27-24, Kansas City. And then like a 20 to 14 Niners.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be lower scoring.
Okay. And that's fine. Look, I predict this because I think it's going to happen, but I also want it to happen. I love seeing fireworks, especially in playoff games like this. So, and I think, I really think that the 49ers and Eagles could, both of those defenses are great, but I also think it could be a shootout.
We had unders for the most part last weekend. We had overs wild card weekend. Mm-hmm. So what will we see on Sunday, TBD? Some football news, and it was shared on the Instagram of Keaton Mitchell. Did you ever find this, Shirley? I saw somebody actually post a picture.
I saw Stephen Igo tweet this out.
I never found it on his Instagram. However, ECU football did put something out.
Yeah.
And that is up on our social media page.
Good. All right. So Keaton Mitchell and C.J. Johnson?
C.J. Johnson announced he announced a few weeks ago on his Instagram that he was going to the Combine.
Keaton Mitchell, C.J. Johnson will be at the NFL Combine. So
another speedster from East Carolina at running back going to the Combine.
I just hope he can light it up on that 40 like Chris Johnson did.
I know.
And you can get drafted. You can get noticed, obviously, without going to the Combine. But this is just another big foot in the door. It's one thing to be, at these All-Star games and at Pro Day. You're going to have eyeballs on you. That's awesome stuff. You also got all the film you've put out there for the past few football seasons. But to be at the Combine, that is, first of all, it's live on NFL Network. It's the most attended event when it comes to scouts, coaches, all that stuff.
GMs.
It's going to be all over social media, the highlights of the running, the lifting, the catches, the throws quarterbacks make. So huge opportunity for C.J. Johnson and Keaton Mitchell. That's awesome stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I remember Shane Carden was in the Combine. I want to say Bryce Williams was in the Combine. So tuning in, especially when there's Pirates out there showing off their skills. And if people don't know, people need to know now and get your clocks out whenever he toes the line for the 40 because it's going to be something to watch. And is the Pro Day for East Carolina before or after? I know they haven't announced when the Pro Day, but if he runs good in the Pro Day at East Carolina, then I think that's going to have more people getting their clocks out for him to run the 40 at the Combine. So.
I do know that the Combine is running from February 28th to March 6th. So that's
Pro Day would be after that.
Yeah.
So
asked and answered.
Yeah.
All right. Good enough. And Pirate Hoops coming up on Sunday. East Carolina taking on Wichita State. We'll have you covered there as far as social media goes. Looking forward to being back inside Minji's Coliseum.
And I'll just say this. What if he, nails it at the Combine?
Nailed it.
Does he even have to do anything at EC Pro Day?
You don't have to. We've seen guys, if they have a score they like, sit out the event for the remainder of the time before the draft. So if he feels like he did enough and it's a fast track out there at Indianapolis and might not be the same at ECU. If it's a poor conditions day, then sure, why run it again? You've shown what you can do. It's all kind of silly anyway. We see how fast he is on the field.
Yeah.
We've watched him play football. What's the point
with pads on?
What's the point of doing it to start with, if we're being honest?
Yeah, with pads on, and now you want to see him do it without pads on. For him to put pads back on and do it again.
I want
your
him. I need to see him in tight clothes doing it.
Okay.
I mean, is there a creepy element to all this?
Kinda.
Yeah, we see the guys in football uniforms running on the field playing football. I need to see him with less clothes on.
Take your shirt off.
Yeah.
You'll run faster, Keaton. I promise. You ran a 4.3 there. I'd say take those pants off. I think you can get into the 4.2.
I'm gonna have this camera going over here if that's cool.
Yeah. Don't mind this tripod.
It's really weird when you think about it. And
a bunch of grown men watching other grown men run.
Yeah.
In tights.
I know. I get that that's part of their upcoming job, but isn't the resume kind of all the freaking tape you can watch of Keaton Mitchell the last 3 years enough? I guess not. All right, let's take a break. When we return, we'll talk to Shea Ward and Ty Colmore. They're part of ECU Club Baseball. They came by the Pirate Radio studios earlier today. You'll hear that conversation. And we'll have more for you. Hour 1 Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights they have live music open till 2 a.m. serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With homes in Blackwood, Mills Creek, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, they're constantly expanding. Now to Laurel Glen and Sarah's Way, plus the new duplex community at Abigail Trails. BMS Builders can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or ECU football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. Call 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Miles Berry, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent or a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. We have time during today's program. Still got interviews from Austin Knight, ECU pitching coach, and Jeff Palumbo, assistant coach, that we will get to from earlier this week. So talk some Pirate baseball as they hit the practice field for the first time today and are a few weeks away from getting their season underway. So, yeah, you've got, how about this? After today, just 2 more Fridays without ECU baseball. So there's something to look forward to. Also, how about some club baseball? East Carolina, basically a dynasty when it comes to club baseball. This year, they are ranked 6th in the preseason poll, the NCBA D1 preseason poll, presented by Rawlings Sports. And earlier today, a couple of members of that team came in. Shea Ward, who we've had on before when he was a member of the Pitt Community College Bulldogs baseball team, and also Ty Colmore, brother of Cam Colmore, join me here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Let's hear that right now. Back inside the Pirate Radio studios here on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Joining us from ECU Club Baseball, Shea Ward and Ty Colmore. Shea, Ty, good to see you guys. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good.
Doing good. How's it going?
Good. And Shea, you've been here before, and we've had another Colmore in here before, famous last name around these parts, Ty, the brother of Cam, correct? So,
yes, sir.
Ty, before we get to know you and talk some ECU Club Baseball, what's Cam up to these days?
Him and Matt Bridges are working for Grover Gaming down in Georgia, and he's enjoying it.
Nice, good deal. And had those guys on shortly after their playing days were over. They said that was kind of their next goal, so it looks like they're achieving that goal so far. Good stuff. And Shea, we've talked to you when you were over at Pitt Community College playing baseball, now at East Carolina playing for the club team. So how excited are you to get rolling with the Pirates?
Very excited. It's a little bit different environment, a little more laid back, more fun. Just trying to go out there and win a World Series this year.
Yeah, it is because I've talked for years to the club baseball guys, whether it be my buddy Joe Karachi from back in the day who won championships here and on through the years, but it's a good mix of like laid back and serious, right? Because I mean, you guys are out there, like you said, to win championships, but at the same time, maybe not at the seriousness level as others. So I don't know. How do you explain that, Shea? Your first year being a part of it?
I would say it's kind of more like a little league environment where you're having fun with your guys, not running up and down the field, like not doing a lot of drills. Just get in there, do your work, but at the same time, it's a serious aspect where we all have one main goal, and that's to win the World Series. So we're gonna have the work ethic of that.
And Ty,
have fun doing it.
Yeah, Ty, for you, is that just a way to go to school, but also continue doing what you love, which is play baseball.
Yes, sir. Exactly. That's the plan. It's not as much work, but the guys who do put in the work are the ones who normally see the results and play, and it's a good time.
So you went to South Central, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And how about your career there? And did you have a goal to kind of go somewhere and play baseball? Why'd you decide to come here and play club baseball?
Well, I did. COVID was my senior year of high school, so our baseball season got cut short.
Yeah.
I wasn't really looking forward to go play baseball anywhere. I didn't have any Division I offers, and I decided to go to ECU. I wanted to go to a 4-year university, and I actually didn't even know about club baseball. And I was at next level, and Ben Fox, which is our coach, he gives lessons out there, and started talking to him one day, and he asked me if I would come out and try out, and I did, and I love it ever since.
We had Ben on the show. He was the coach, got out of it and is back.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So good to hear Ben is back coaching. How about you? For you, Shea, you mentioned COVID. That kind of put a wrinkle in everything, but including baseball. So you've been playing at this college level a while now, right?
Yeah, I have. This will be my 4th year technically, getting the COVID year back at Pitt, and then same thing with Todd. Had a few interests and stuff out of Pitt, but nothing real serious. So I was like, I only got 2 more years of school, might as well go to a 4-year, and baseball is keeping me in school because other than that, I'd, not want to be in school. So
well, yeah, hey, don't start being an adult until you have to.
Exactly.
It's kind of overrated. So yeah, just stay as long as you can. Shea, you've been adding wrinkles to your game, right? I mean, you were a position player, hitter, but you've been doing some pitching of late. Will you be doing that with the club team?
I will, mainly a closer in this aspect, where at Pitt I was more of a starter. But yeah, I'll come in 1 to 2 innings, trying throw it as hard as I can.
How about you, Ty? What do you play?
I'm a starting pitcher.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. I should have guessed that, I guess. All right. So looking at the NCBA D1 preseason poll, you guys coming in at 6th, which, hey, that's kind of low for you guys. I expect more.
Yeah.
But that's like the expectation level, right? For this this team, this program over the years.
Exactly.
So when do y'all get going with the season?
Our first game is February 4th and 5th against Brunswick Community College. That normally doesn't count as much to our record, but that's a good competitive first series to start off the year.
So just over a week away from getting things rolling. As far as where are you guys practicing?
At the prep field at Guy Smith for right now until Guy Smith's ready to roll.
Guy Smith will be ready to roll March 1st.
Is that where you would play your games?
Yes, sir.
All right. And that's you guys have to have a lot of relationships with, the school itself, but also Guy Smith and others, because not funded fully by the school, right?
Correct.
So what do you do? A lot of fundraising, things like that?
We do. For me personally, this year, me and my dad decided the Carolina Duke basketball game, we were selling $10 squares, and then we're going to see the outcome of that. We're going to raise $500 and give away $500 to the winners. And then we also have discount cards right now, buy one, get one, until January 31st for $20. So $20 to get you 2 cards. They got great places up there like Nash Chicken, Tiebreakers, Smash Waffles with great deals. You use that card about 5 times, you get your your money's worth.
Got to be creative. That's good
all
stuff.
All those places are based downtown Greenville too, so they're all around each other. So that was our goal.
Good stuff, and you can see that on Twitter, I see, and probably all of the social media sites where you can buy those cards. You can follow on Twitter at ECU Club Baseball. All right, so how often are you guys practicing and on the field?
We practice Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 8, and then right now we're scrimmaging on Sundays or Saturdays whenever the rain isn't a factor. But during the season, it's just Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 8, and then games on the weekends, of course.
How big is the roster for you guys this year?
33.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So a good number. I know Ben and Joe in the past have talked about the interest level in club baseball. It's pretty exclusive. Guys are trying to get here to play club baseball. So to be on the roster is certainly a big deal. What are your goals after baseball or after ECU club baseball? Shea, what about for you?
I'd go with, right now I'm working in the restoration business. So for right now, I'd probably say that. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of hard work, but, pays well for people that don't want to do it. You got to have somebody do it. So right now that's looking like the idea for me.
Yeah, how about you, Ty?
I'm a business major, and I plan to stay and get my MBA. As far as after that, we'll see what comes, I guess.
All right, good deal. Shea, tell your dad congratulations on another Mets offseason championship. Man, you guys got another off-season ring.
Got the money to do it, baby.
Yeah, that's great. And congrats on another second place finish in the NL East.
Yeah, it'll be first soon, so I'm not worried about that part.
Keep saying that, Shea. Keep saying that. Who's your team, Ty, in the majors?
The Yankees.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, we got a couple of New York Southern boys here. Come on, man. What's up with that? Who you got in the Super Bowl this weekend, guys? Or in the championship games?
I mean, I got to go with Joe Burrow, he's going 4-0 against Patrick Mahomes, and then we're going to go probably 49ers. Brock Purdy, Rookie of the Year, I guess.
All right, go Niners. I like that. And Burrow, man, he's the best thing going right now. Super cool.
He's going all the way.
I
He's
mean,
winning.
are you that comfortable in the batter's box as he is in the pocket?
Oh, no, I need to talk to him about that.
Yeah,
I'd love to be.
Just seems like no nerves at all, right? How about the level of competition? And Shea, I guess you haven't fully seen it yet, but you've faced high quality junior college pitching, obviously played some battles in high school as well. But the level of competition that you'll be facing, I'm assuming it's going to be pretty good, right?
Yeah, well, for Pitt, it was obviously junior college kids coming here. Our second weekend, we played number 9 ranked Virginia Tech at home, and they have a Division I arm who played at Virginia Tech, who didn't get the playing time he wanted, so he decided to play club ball. So it's not like a little, it's not going to be easy. But club ball pitching's probably a little bit easier than JUCO, but I'd say there's still some guys out there that can throw it.
And Ty, for you, you'll be on the opposite end of that. What kind of bats do you expect to be facing out there?
There's always good bats. There's a lot of pieces from JUCOs, D1, like Division I programs that, like Shea was just saying, didn't get as much playing time. There's always good bats, especially later in the season, regionals, and in the World Series, it really picks up during that time.
Yeah, no doubt. So that's the goal for you guys. And so what are the expectations for you guys this year for this team?
World Series.
Yep. It's got to be.
World Series or bust.
Was that?
Yep.
Exactly.
All right, good deal. And once again, if people want to get involved, help out with finances or attend games, you guys have like a website or a place we can go to?
Yes, sir. We actually have an Instagram, a Facebook, and a Twitter.
All right.
We do have an Instagram. It's actually in the making. It has not released yet, but it will be, I want to say in the next week or so. But I'd say our social medias are the best way to find us.
All right, follow that. Get updates on schedules where you can see the guys and also help out as far as fundraising goes. Good stuff. All right, Shea Ward, Ty Colmore, thanks for hanging out, fellas.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
All right, there's the guys from ECU Club Baseball as they are beginning their season soon. And, of course, Cliff Godwin's Pirates taking the practice field for the first time today, as just 2 more Fridays after today with no Pirate baseball season quickly approaching. And we'll talk more and more baseball here on Pirate Radio Live as that draws closer. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go in hour number 1 of Pirate Radio Live. I'll check the oh, wow. Okay. A lot going on in the chat. We'll talk about that when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Two real burgers, better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Add some sparkle and style to your home and save at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Give your home a new look in the new year with beautiful new furniture. Right now, get a Bostic Sugg first time ever offer with 3 ways to save. 1, get a sales tax discount on any purchase. 2, get a $100 in MasterCard rewards cards for every $1,000 you spend. And finally, get 6 months special financing. So add some sparkle and style to your home with a little help from Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
This is ECU assistant football coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that uses fresh and local ingredients with influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine. The Dickinson Avenue Public House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy dollar oysters Tuesday through Thursday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out daphouse.nc.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, here on a Free Beer Friday, making you a winner of some Bud Light Seltzer Cocktail Hour, some Bud Light Seltzer Apple Slices, coming up later on in the show. Earlier today, we announced to you that we have a studio clock. It is big and bold. Love it. Looks great. We also told you that Keaton Mitchell, C.J. Johnson going to the NFL Combine. And we have great, funny listeners and viewers. And Josh Thomas combined those two things we discussed earlier and said, just make sure Troy Dreyfus isn't running the clock at the Combine. What do you think about that, Shirley?
You are terrible!
Oh, sorry.
That's not what I was expecting. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
It's pretty good, Josh. That was Shirley. Actually, that was me saying that, but Shirley hit the clip. All right. Yeah. Donald Juan Don Juan said,
Well, before you read the comment, me and Donald Juan are good buddies. He sat beside me at the Navy game, so I know he wouldn't say anything bad about me.
huh, okay. He said, Pirates on TV this weekend. NFLPA All-Star Game ignored by Pirate Radio. Hashtag Chandler sucks.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What did you say? He said what?
Hashtag Chandler sucks. Are y'all that good of buddies where he doesn't know how to spell your name?
And says that I suck in hashtag form?
Yeah.
What the heck did I do, Donald Juan?
That's tough, man. That's tough. NFLPA All-Star Game is on. A trio of Pirates coming up on Saturday on NFL Network. Holden Ahlers, Noah Henderson, and C.J. Johnson. So, yeah, that'll be coming up on a Saturday, a day ahead of the AFC-NFC Championship games, which you can hear right here on Pirate Radio. I think Don Juan is being tongue-in-cheek there, but it does kind of... There are real comments like this. Like if we don't mention something for an hour or at the exact time a person is tuned in, we're like, are y'all going to talk about this? It's going on this weekend. Why are you ignoring this?
Yeah.
And we have like 8 social media pages, a 3-hour daily show, Jeff Charles Sports Breaks, like
Brian Bailey show every Monday.
It's out there. We're talking about it somewhere if it's going on. So thank you, Donald Juan, for that. He says, update. Love you, Chandler.
Love you too, buddy.
There you go. That's how it's done, folks. John says, Clip, I'm still mad at you for the Boom Boom song. Well, John?
Is this John Moody?
No, this is John Monroe.
Okay. I was going to say, why is John Moody saying that? Because he says it back.
John, I have only 2 things to say to you. I think Tommy Tuberville said it best. Yeah.
Get a job!
There you go. That's all I have to say. First of all, if you went to hell, you would never hear it again. Secondly, if you had a job, you'd be too busy to hear it and think about it.
The moron of the month.
Wow. Now, I'm not going to go that far. No, I must admit that my intentions for playing Boom 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 over and over again was so you could be living in the same hellish nightmare that I live in.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say well.
Where every thought I have of the day, if that thought is what's for dinner, if that thought is, oh, I got to pay this bill, while those thoughts are going on, in the background, all I hear is boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say well.
Let me hear you say wayo. And once again, we'll be in Minges Coliseum Sunday, noon, East Carolina, Wichita State. And just think about those 8,000 screaming Pirate fans in Minges Coliseum all saying wayo. It's going to be insane, Chandler. It's going to be...
We've got to get it to where at least everybody, or at least 80% of the people that are there, to say it back.
So now we want them to say it back? I feel like I've done...
No, if they're going to play it, they might as well.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say well. Go to hell.
That's what you should say.
That's the chant.
Let me hear you say wayo. Go to hell.
Now we're going to have the reverse effect. What if it does take off now, though? We can take some credit for that.
I was about to say, then we definitely need to take credit.
If you start hearing wayos after it now, we're going to take credit for that, and it's going to be Frankenstein's monster. We created this monster. By the way, that is something that...
we do around here.
Well, that, but also a misnomer that the monster is not named Frankenstein, right? It's Dr. Frankenstein.
To you.
Well, excuse me.
It's Dr. Frankenstein to you.
The person who created said monster
Is Frankenstein.
is Frankenstein.
What's the monster's name?
I thought it was Frankenstein.
Exactly.
Larry.
Wait a minute now. We've got us a predicament.
What is Frankenstein's monster's name? Google. Frankenstein refers to his creation as creature, fiend, the demon, wretch, devil, thing, being, ogre. So it doesn't have a name. But we refer to the monster as Frankenstein. What are you watching? What is that?
That was.
You are so.
I wanted to know what he was going to say. So what?
Shirley, I told you to quit watching shows during our show.
Oh, that was Shirley?
That was me.
I thought that was.
I was. No, I got a notification that someone had sent me something on Snapchat.
Well, now you got to read it. Now you got to read it.
Share with the class.
Yep. What is it? Share your notes.
Oh, it was just. You know how kids these days do streaks?
These days. Streaks?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like take their clothes off and run?
No, they take a daily picture and they put the letter S in it, and it's some sort of weird thing where they want to see how long they can go by taking a daily picture and sending it to people and that kind of thing. And usually you get one in return. Like if you send one out, you get one back, and then you get.
Here's my longest streak on Snapchat. It's between me and my buddy Pate. 1,950 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, like, my nephew will send me pictures every morning of him doing his streak thing. I don't use Snapchat for anything. I don't take pictures. I don't respond to people, anything. I do that to keep up with my nephew and my niece.
Chandler, why did the streak end?
There is no streak. I mean, the streak didn't end.
Oh, it's still going.
It's still going.
Okay.
Yeah. Today's our 1,950th day snapping.
I think that's pretty neat. I also think I read something, and this might be the same thing, but like day in the life or something. Is that a thing on something? Where you just take a picture every day?
Well, there are people that take a picture every day for like 365 days just to see how you change.
Yeah. Like a montage.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know if
pretty
that's
neat.
specific to a social particular platform.
That's just something you can do on your own. But like from a documentary standpoint type of thing, like I think that's pretty neat to, and it's something I wish I had done that more with Lily. Like I have a million pictures, but it would have been cool to like do it for a whole year.
One guy did
watch her grow.
Yeah. One guy took pictures every day from the time that I think he was like 8 years old, all the way up until he was grown, and then he just pieced it all together. And it was rather weird because he did it like in real fast succession, but you can see him going from an 8-year-old to a teenager to a young adult, long hair, short hair, facial hair, no facial hair, that kind of thing. And it just kind of, it was neat to watch, but I don't have that kind of brain capacity to put something like that together.
Shirley, do you know what Kid 90 is?
That sounds familiar.
It is a documentary directed and produced by Soleil Moon Frye.
Yes, that would be his Punky Brewster.
She carried around a camera when she was a kid everywhere she went, and so it has. And I haven't seen it. I've heard about it.
I knew it sounded familiar. I was like, I've heard that before. I just couldn't figure out where I was hearing it from.
So Brian Austin Green, Mark Paul Gosselaar, Zach Morse. Let's see. Sarah Gilbert, Charlie Sheen, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg, Corey Feldman, Michael Rappaport, Jonathan Brandis. I remember that name.
Rest in peace. I was a huge Jonathan Brandis fan.
But they all appear in the film. It says one of the major narratives, this is the downer, of the documentary were her many friends who died at a young age from suicide or drug overdose.
One being Jonathan Brandis.
Tells you the horrors of kids in Hollywood and acting and everything. But that's pretty neat. You always think about it too late. Like, it's neat that she did that back then. So now 30 years later,
she can go back. We can go back and look and kind of relive our childhood. And the cool thing is that I was called Punky Brewster when I was a kid, because when I was about Soleil Moon Frye's age, when she was Punky, I had the pigtails and everything. So I used to get called Punky Brewster.
And you were punk.
No, I wasn't so much of a punk. Although if you ask my aunt, I was a brat, but, you know.
Eric says, I need some Robert Skipper content to cap off the week. Come on, Robert. Are you dar?
Yo. Hey.
Robert's
Get
not
down
here.
from dar.
Sorry, Eric. Maybe Robert will show up later.
I'm here.
Let's take a break. We'll come back, and I'll answer John Monroe's question. Clip, did you hear about the guy that got eaten by the lion? No. But I'll look it up and talk.
Carol Baskets.
We'll talk about it.
He's alive.
Tony Dunn will join us. We'll get his thoughts on Frank Reich to the Carolina Panthers taking over as head coach. And we'll make some picks for championship weekend. You can hear the games right here on Pirate Radio on Sunday. Talk a little NFL when we return after this.
Happy New Year. This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260. NMLS 28516, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. January means conference hoops. We'll have some thoughts next.
Boy, D, he needs to go sit over there in the corner and say a prayer to the good Lord that he's got all y'all working for him, because he's got a good crew there.
It's Pirate Radio Live with Clip Brock.
Clip, he's like the wide world of sports.
Chandler Honeycutt.
Chandler, he's like y'all say, he's the Rain Man of ECU sports trivia.
And Shirley Rhodes.
Shirley, I can tell she's the glue that holds y'all all together.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio.
We were all encouraged after ECU's 9-4 start in the non-conference season, but those of us who've been around for a while were guardedly optimistic because we knew the AAC season was right around the corner. And now, here we are, and now, just like every year the Pirates have been in this league, it is tough to win. Players come and go, coaches come and go, athletics directors come and go, and the one constant is the losing. It is going to be a good day for ECU when Houston, Cincinnati, and UCF leave the American. The Pirates can't beat those teams, nor should they. They all have so many more resources. Next year in the new AAC, the playing field will be more level. It won't be easy, it never is, but the Pirates should at least have a fighting chance. Come on back next time and we'll visit inside the booth.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville has a brand new updated menu. Open from 4 to 9 Tuesday through Saturday and 11 to 9 on Sundays, Familia has a variety of pizza combinations and classic Italian dishes that are sure to tackle your taste buds. Enjoy Thirsty Thursdays with $3 drafts with several local brews on tap. And who doesn't love brunch? Familia has Sunday brunch from 11 to 2. Follow Familia on social media for their pizza of the week for just $12. Visit online at FamiliaNC.com. Familia, that's Italian for family. Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit GreenvilleAutoWorld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. PIP, where business goes to grow.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearent.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, here on a Free Beer Friday. Got some Bud Light Seltzer cocktail hour and apple slices to give away later on in this show. They are not actually apple slices. They are cans of Bud Light Seltzer with apple flavors like cranberry apple, crisp apple, strawberry apple, peach mango apple. Let's look at these cocktail hour flavors, shall we? How about a little watermelon mojito, lime margarita, tropical punch, strawberry daiquiri. I love a tropical punch drink.
I'm a big strawberry daiquiri fan.
Me too.
You're a strawberry dac guy?
Yep, Dax. Strawberry Dax.
Strawberry Dax.
Yup.
Recovered by the 49ers.
John asked, Clip, did you hear about the guy eaten by a lion? No. And then I Googled man eaten by a lion, and like, my goodness, a lot of people are eaten by lions. I got stories from last year, but I don't have anything new. So, John, if you could be more specific on that. When did that happen? Why do you care? Boy, that sounded insensitive. Why did you bring that up on the program?
Why do you care? Next.
Sound like Mike Ditka. A guy was
Coach, did you hear about the guy eaten by a lion? Why do you care? Next.
Sheesh.
Is the guy okay? Ask the trainer. Next.
Although we did do that story on a Friday recently about the former NFL player that killed a mountain lion because it was terrorizing Derek Wolf killed a lion that was terrorizing a Colorado neighborhood.
It was.
So, John, give me some more deets.
Why do people care, though?
Why do you care? Tony Dunn joins us on the Pit Electric Live line. Big week in Charlotte as the Panthers have named their next head coach. We'll talk about it now. Tony, how you doing, man?
Why do you care?
Next.
You know what? You're right. I'll say this. 2 things here. First of all, great point. We ask people how they're doing. We really don't care. Tony, you are a friend, though, so I do hope you're doing well. So that is why I care to some degree.
Yeah. I know. I always feel like when people ask you that, you're like, you want the answer you want, or you want, like...
Oh, yeah, I'm having a terrible week.
Life is... Yeah, it's like, man, like, I'm really broke right now.
Yeah, had to take the kid to the doctor the other day. Things,
they're like, oh, could you have just said fine?
Things are bleak, man, but thanks for asking. Yeah. Tony, Frank Reich named the next head coach. Now, the day before this happened, Chandler and I had a discussion, and I said, as a non-Panthers fan, looking at the realistic candidates out there, and by the way, I'll set it up like this, too. I asked you weeks ago, is Steve Wilkes going to get a fair shot at this? When I started seeing all those other guys get interviewed, you said one word, no. And so at that point, I kind of wrote off that they were going to bring back Steve Wilkes. But I said earlier this week, if they hire Reich, like that, for me, that is about the best you can do, I think, at this point. I know you had other candidates in mind you like, so tell us your take on Frank Reich. Who did the Panthers miss out on, you think, and your overall thoughts on Reich?
No, I think he's arguably the best candidate that was available. You know, I mean, if you kind of take out, first you got to throw out Harbaugh now, right? Because it doesn't look like he was really ever leaving, and maybe he was just using it as a power play to get more money in Michigan. And then, I mean, and you could say Sean Payton, but it comes with so much, strings and trade and caveats, and it's just almost like a circus in itself. And I think that, like, when you look at all the candidates right there, is that Frank Reich's the most accomplished. He is the most experienced, and overall, just what looks like to be a pretty darn good coach. And one that, while he was fired from Indianapolis, it might not be fired because of his performance alone, but because of, maybe some of the wildness that is behind the scenes in Indy with their owner and Chris Ballard, their GM. So I think I think the good news in some ways is that at least since Steve Wilkes didn't get the job, they didn't give it to a candidate that was less qualified than he was based, So I think that Frank Wright, there is an argument that he should win this or could win this job on merit. I've asked some people if we told you before the season, before you saw Steve Wilkes this year, I mean, if we could have Frank Wright as our head coach, would you be happy? And I think before this year, you would have said yes.
Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com joining us. And now another wrinkle to this, Tony. I believe it's Frank Wright's daughter on social media, posted a picture of her husband, and he is, this poor soul, not only a Panthers fan. I looked at his Twitter when she tagged him. He is a die-hard Hornets fan. So I feel bad for the guy. But there was pictures of him like at Bank of America in his Panthers uniform from like 10 years ago, or at his Panthers gear 10 years ago. And so he has a big Reich, and the family already have kind of a big showing their presence in the Charlotte area. He threw the first Panthers touchdown in franchise history. I don't know how much that matters to fans, but it's a cool wrinkle, I guess, to add to all of it.
I think it matters to him a little bit, right? And it is a cool wrinkle. Like, I saw that same picture you're talking about, and she's like, we've been married for 10 years, and he's, graciously been a Frank fan.
Yeah, just kind of pulling for those teams and silently pulling for the Panthers, I guess.
Yeah, and what was neat is I clicked on his bio, and he followed me. So he's like, listen to our podcast, maybe.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
that's neat. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's if you want to use the nostalgia of Steve Wilkes being from Charlotte and with the 2015, you want to talk about like how Ben Johnson's from South Carolina, like they always, people like to say, oh, they're from the area, they're this and that. I mean, like, he has, like, all his family literally lives here. There's a reason. I mean, right now, the Panthers posted a video. I think I haven't been able to watch all of it, maybe like the first minute of, like, the first talk with Frank. And he's in Charlotte in his daughter's living room. So, yeah, I mean, I guess at least there's some connection there. I mean, it is neat. I mean, I'm sure it's nice for him to have his family around.
Tony Dunn, C3 Podcast, joining us. Chandler, anything?
Yeah, I actually was able to watch that interview with Kristen Balboni, a Panthers reporter, and he basically said that this is the first time in his career that all of his family was going to live in the same state. So he is very excited about being in Charlotte, and obviously a lot of connections, as you mentioned, Tony. But I did want to mention this. I thought this was a pretty good tidbit that I saw on Twitter posted by a guy, but it was the offensive rankings that he had since 2018. In 2018, he finished 5th in the league in offense with Andrew Luck, which, I mean, Andrew Luck, great. 2019, he finished 16th in the league in offense with Jacoby Brissett, and this is when it gets really impressive. In 2020, he finished top 10. He finished 9th with old man Phillip Rivers, and in 2021, he finished 9th with Carson Wentz. So, I mean, I thought that was pretty impressive. Little nugget there from Frank Wright. But I feel like whether that quarterback in the future is on the roster right now or if it's a quarterback that will draft coming up in April, I think he could do some work with them.
Excellent. I mean, I think you're absolutely right, Chandler. It's like when you really dig into the numbers of what Frank Wright did, it's pretty impressive given the circumstances. And then you put all those, like, not only is he fielding impressive offenses, but it's with a different guy every single year. Mm-hmm. It's just, so he's found ways to do it. I think there's been some concern. I won't say concerns, like what are the negatives for Frank Wright is that he hasn't won an AFC South championship. Well, man, that's crazy. He went 11-5 one year. And didn't win I guess the Titans.
That was the year the Titans were like 13-3 or whatever, maybe.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, is that when you say that, you're like, oh, and then you look at the record. He's like, man, he's been over 10 wins twice. And like you say, he's just found ways to do it. And then if you go back to even with Carson Wentz, so if you say last year, oh, man, this is like he said he did stick his neck out. He said he wanted Carson Wentz. And the problem with Carson Wentz turned out to be how much they spent on him, not necessarily the entire performance. Yeah, he had 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions last year, Carson Wentz. Like, I mean, he must have had 27 fumbles.
Yeah, he sounds good. I wish I could have him on my team.
I know. I mean, he was much better, I think, with Indy than he was with you guys. But, I mean, Frank gets a lot out of these guys. And Frank Wright, I mean, was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles when they won with ultimately Wentz and Nick Foles. So he has been impressive. I think the problem with him last year, I mean, is, and it might be an Irsay thing too, is last year they missed out on the playoffs. They could have won and maybe gotten in, but they lost to the worst team in the league, as Jim
Jaguars.
Put it. Yeah, and it happened because they couldn't convert on fourth down. And last year he was like, I think they went for it on fourth down, maybe the second most or the most in the NFL, and had the second worst completion percentage on fourth down, which might be Carson Wentz too, because he was always on that injury report clip with, what was that injury again?
Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
What's the one you talk about? Like he had multiple
ankles.
Not just one.
I giggle every time I hear it.
Yeah, he played Allen Iverson in a pickup game and got them ankles broke. Chandler, you were running over those numbers. Jack says, just think how high he can go with the dart thrower Sam Darnold, which brings us to our next point. I have this take on it. Now, Tony, you've been talking about the successes of Frank Reich. I'm going to talk about the, not getting to the playoffs, or if he's there, not winning in the playoffs. Frank Reich, he and the Colts did this, but Frank Reich has coached kind of retreads. Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan. And the Panthers in the last few years have gone, Darnold, Bridgewater, Mayfield. They've both gone the retread route. Neither team has much success at all to talk about. So from that standpoint, do you think Frank Reich and the Panthers are like, all right, let's try the rookie route again. Let's go get us a quarterback in this year's draft, and we've tried the retread thing. It didn't work in Indy for success. It didn't work in Carolina at all. Let's go get a rookie. I mean, I don't know if that's a conspiracy. It's just more like a thought I have, Tony, on it. What do you think?
I think this is. I think that like what you could say is when you looked at what Matt Rule's quote unquote plan, that he didn't follow his own plan. Reich, what Reich did is he had these retreads, but that's not the problem inherently. It wasn't inherently that you got Phillip Rivers for a year that the problem was, or that you got Carson Wentz. It's that you weren't in the background preparing for like what the next phase is, right? You're just jumping from one retread to another. So really, it's fine to go a year or two with that guy, but you also need to draft a quarterback this year and get Sam Darnold and bring in Derek Carr with the idea that quarterback is in the waiting, instead of like, oh, we're just going to try to continue to piecemeal it together. So I think the fact that he's had success with these kind of retread quarterbacks, or what we call maybe a veteran quarterback, is a good thing. It's just it's time to support the development and the growth of the organization by getting him a guy that could be the next Andrew Luck or whatever, waiting in the wings. So, I guess it's kind of both ways. And the one thing I would say, too, is at least if you are going to draft a quarterback, it does seem that having a former NFL quarterback and an offensive-minded person would be an asset in selecting that guy.
Tony Dunn, give us his thoughts on the Frank Reich hire. You can hear a lot more of that on the C3 podcast every week, even during the offseason. They'll keep it rolling, getting cranked up for Combine draft. Tony, a couple Pirates will be in the Combine. We found out today Keaton Mitchell and C.J. Johnson. So something to keep an eye on around here. And for you Panthers folk that now all of a sudden have a lot of draft capital, a new coach. I don't know if you're kind of getting like me in your old age, Tony, a curmudgeon when it comes to the offseason. But I don't know if I'm a Panthers fan right now. I don't know. Blue skies ahead, I think. I'm excited about this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, you need to be, right? I mean, you got a top 10 pick. You got a new coach. I mean, you're looking to try to figure out what you're going to do at quarterback. There's a lot of needs. It's one of those things is, like, it's going to be just don't screw it up, right? I mean, just don't screw it up. And if we could get the quarterback, it'll be great. I'm just interested to see what they think the correct vision is. And what, Reich was doing in the background. They said that what Reich separated himself with, Clip, from some of the other candidates, is that he kind of pulled a little Mike McCarthy. You remember when Mike McCarthy had all the notebooks?
Yep.
And was like, oh, look, I've been studying and having these professional developments with all these coaches. Reich has been conducting, like, I guess, semi-informal interviews with people that he believes he could piece together as a possible staff. And I think that he liked that he had a head start and a plan on, like, hey, these are the guys I know that I think could be really well and bring in. So, hopefully that puts us a little bit ahead in the draft process. And, maybe we'll get excited enough, Clip, to go to the ECU Pro Day and watch Keaton Mitchell, like, just blaze by.
What pro day did you go to? Was it Hardy and Carden?
Yeah. Justin Hardy.
Yeah, I can't wait till Scotty Moe is Panthers coach. That's going to be a big day in Panthers Nation.
Oh, gosh.
It's going to happen. Looking forward to that. Let's get to the picks. Last week, I knew there would be one road team to win. I went out there. All I had to do to get the Giants to play like I knew they would play is to pick them to win and say, all right, I've finally given up on thinking I know how the Giants play. Does that make any sense to anybody? I knew who the Giants were the whole time. I finally said, okay, I'm going to believe in the Giants.
Here's the kryptonite.
And then they were the team that they were the whole time. So you're welcome, Philadelphia. Tony, I believe you picked Dallas, correct? I don't have the picks in front of me.
No. I took all home teams last week.
You went all. Oh, you said you asked if there was a road team to win. Maybe you said Dallas.
I thought it could be Dallas. Yeah.
Okay, Chandler, you picked the Bengals.
I did.
Congratulations on that.
I was on an island.
A man on an island. All right, CJ sent me his picks via Twitter this week, and now I have to find those. I'll tell you one person not picking the 49ers this week. That is Philadelphia 76er George Niang. He said he's got a connection. He went to Iowa State. He said, Brock Purdy's a good friend of mine. I hope Brock does well. But obviously, I like living and breathing, so I want the Eagles to win. So that is the talk of a Philadelphia 76er, that you better jump on board with our team, even if you play a different sport, or your life may be in danger. I thought that was a fantastic quote.
They're so wild. I mean, he's not embellishing it.
No,
he's telling the truth. I mean, they're greasing the light poles. They're greasing the light poles in Philadelphia right now.
Grease the poles, baby. That'd be a cool shirt. Grease the poles. All right, Eagles, Niners. For me, it's simple. I picked this team to be in the Super Bowl in August. I'm not going to go away from them now. Brock Purdy has taken over, but then again, if you got Kyle Shanahan and Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle and Fred Warner and Robbie Gould and that entire operation they're running in San Francisco, I don't know if it matters who is that quarterback, but Purdy has done a good job, obviously. I want to take the Niners to go in, win on the road. They haven't lost since before Halloween, I believe, so let me stick with the Niners and pick them to win this game.
I'm going Niners too.
Man, gosh, I'm going Eagles. Then the Eagles. This is going to be. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
And it's. I don't know who said it. I think it was maybe on our podcast. It's just how neat it is that the best four teams are in the championship. You know, there's no team that you go, man, I really wish this other team was in. And in some ways, it was kind of like the national championship stuff. You know, it's like, you know, it really turned out to be a pretty good college football playoff. But I'm going to go Eagles. They're good all around. But so is San Francisco. I see what you're saying. I mean, it's kind of hard when you think. I think, look, is that where are the advantages at? One, I think that San Francisco probably has the coaching advantage. And I'd just say the Eagles have the advantage at quarterback. And then they're probably even down the road to everybody else.
Yeah, very, very even matchup. CJ is taking the Eagles. And the AFC side, once again, I have to make a pick to defend a take that I made. Last year, I said Joe Burrow is Dan Marino. Joe Burrow is going to get to the Super Bowl. In his second year, he is going to lose that game, check, and then he'll never make it to another Super Bowl. Well, here we are a year later, and he's about to erase a long-term take that I had. So for that reason, I have to take the Chiefs. I also like that the Chiefs are that everybody's on the Bengals. I'm interested to see how many people out of y'all picked the Bengals today. I'm taking Kansas City. Chandler.
And I'm going Bengals.
Okay. Tony.
Shirley, get the dump button ready. As I smashed the tape. No, if I was in there, we could do the whole Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Freaking out. But no, I'm going to take the Bengals.
So is CJ. Love it. Love it. God, I love the Chiefs.
Oh, boy.
Y'all are picking against Patrick Mahomes at home in the AFC Championship. Yeah.
No, but, are they embellishing the ankle? Is the ankle that much of a problem?
Oh, we were talking. I don't know if we talked about this on air, Chandler, the video from the other day.
Yeah.
Well,
I've never seen so many people, analyze videos of a man walking.
I think Mahomes was in serious pain, but did all he could. He only had to take 6-7 steps to get from the podium to the hallway. I think he put on a good front there to where he was in no pain at all, no limp. And then right when we got in the hall, he collapsed.
And crawled to his locker.
But I don't know. No, I think he's good enough to give it a go. That should be a great game too, man. We're set up for some awesome football this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. All right, Tony, we'll let you go. In 1 minute or less, Tyler, about 7 minutes ago when we were having our Panthers discussion, said, what about Corral? So let's end this conversation on your outlook on Matt Corral and the Panthers.
What about him? I mean, it's like he's been rehabbing. You see him, it looks like the foot is starting to get stronger again, and depending on what the Panthers do. Look, I think he'll have a legitimate shot to be in competition for whatever the role is for the young quarterback on this team. So I expect them to either draft a quarterback in the first round and bring in a veteran, or just bring in a veteran and try to develop Matt Corral. So, it's kind of wait in the wings and see what they think about him.
Still a part of the future, just undetermined how much of an impact he'll be moving forward. Tony, enjoyed it, man. Everybody check out C3 Podcast. Thanks for joining us today.
All right, guys, man. Have a good one.
See you, Tony.
Well, we're taking time out, and when we return, talk to Brian North. More, we'll get his thoughts on Frank Reich. Also talk about the passing of Billy Packer, who passed away. And talk about our Billy Packer memories. That and more on the way. Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Back with you after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
New year, new you, new Papa Bites. Chicken parm, jalapeno, and Oreo cookie Papa Bites. Just in time for those New Year's resolutions, huh? Don't worry, we won't tell anyone.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Have you experienced increased aches and pains recently? Have you heard of CBD? Hemp Garden is your premier CBD retailer in Eastern North Carolina. Do you find yourself having anxiety or in need of extra sleep support? Hemp Garden has a variety of Delta 8 and hemp-derived Delta 9 products that can assist with those issues. If you're unable to stop by the store, don't worry. Give them a call today at 413-6100 for a consultation, and they'll ship right to your door. Hemp Garden, 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville. North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case, cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Christie's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. Located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have lunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 4. For the latest information, check Christie's out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram or christieseuropub.com. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint today at Christie's Europub. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Let's quickly head back out to the Pit Electric Live line and talk to Brian North here on a Friday to get us ready for the sports weekend. He joins us today on PRL. Brian, how you doing, man?
Well, we're hanging in there. Life is pretty good.
All right, can't complain. Sounds good. North, there are some complaints amongst Panthers fans Most that wanted Steve Wilks to return as the head coach, but Frank Reich named the head coach. Look, the day before it happened, I said, and I'm not a Panthers fan, but if Frank Reich were to be named the next head coach of the Panthers, I wouldn't look at that as a bad thing amongst the candidates out there, the realistic ones anyway. I thought he might be one of the better hires, but look, we'll revisit this 3 years from now or whatever. But what's your take on Frank Reich being the head coach in Carolina?
So I think it's a great fit, and the symmetry is all there with him being a former player, and his family still all lives there. He's had a house there. His brother is the head coach right down the road at Wingate. Everything lines up and fits, right? If you did not have the Steve Wilks factor, this would be a great hire. But when Steve Wilks comes in as your interim, does everything that you ask him to do, galvanizes this locker room that was having issues, makes the defense play even better, keeps you in playoff contention all the way to the end, does everything he's asked to do as an interim coach to have a chance to be the head coach, and still doesn't get it, that's where the bad taste is. It feels like he should have had first shot at the job. It feels like he deserved the job, and it kind of feels like the players wanted him. And so that just kind of is where the whole issue is right now, is Steve Wilks just feels like it should have been his job, and he was done a little dirty here. If you take that factor out of it, great hire by the Panthers with Frank Reich. It seems great. But I need to find out the reasons why, from David Tepper, why Steve Wilks was not retained. Because outside of being they're looking for better offense is the only, obviously, reason that they're going to talk about, and they wanted an offensive-minded coach in, but you could have found that with a good offensive coordinator somewhere. So why did Steve Wilks not get to retain the job? It feels like he earned.
Yeah, and teams have to do their due diligence and interview the best candidates possible that are out there. But once they started bringing in pretty much everybody for interviews, and I remember I asked Tony Dunn, it seems like a month ago now, is Steve Wilks going to get a fair shot at this job with all these other interviews going on? And he said, no, he's out. And I kind of felt the same way, that if they were going to hire Wilks, it would have happened pretty quickly. But once they started interviewing all these people, I figured he was pretty much done for.
He was going to have to rise above all the other candidates, right? And his resume was right there, and I think that's why, with the player support and what he did, I don't think you could have asked for anything better from an interim coach taking over what Matt Rule had left there. And so I think that's where we all look at ourselves, right? If we were in a position and we did the job in our workplace and then you were still passed over for the job, it just kind of leaves that bad taste in your mouth about why are you not rewarding someone who did everything they were asked to do and did a good job doing it, which that's kind of what it seems like. And it's like being jilted. You're dating somebody, and then they try to go get an upgrade just because they think they can, instead of respecting what you did or what you bring to the table.
Brian Nord joining us and discuss this, but it is interesting to me looking at what Frank Reich has had as a head football coach, Brian, at quarterback, and that is kind of retreads at this point with Phillip Rivers, with Carson Wentz, with Matt Ryan. And that philosophy did not work for success in Indianapolis. So does that mean Frank Reich is now in the interviews, now that he's the head coach, telling David Tepper, telling the Panthers, look, let's find us let's get a young guy. Let's put an investment into a young quarterback, build from there, because he personally has tried the retread route. The Panthers have personally tried the retread route with Baker Mayfield, with Sam Darnold. So it almost feels like they almost have to go the rookie route here, because what Reich has done, what the Panthers have done, hasn't worked here in years past.
What Frank Reich did with the Colts is pretty amazing. Find me somebody else who's had rotating quarterbacks like that every year and still had a winning record all the way up until this year and was in contention and did a lot of good things. So, no, I think Frank Reich, you hear what other players say about him. He's a player's coach. He galvanizes the locker room. I think he'll win over the locker room there, but you have to have players to do that. So, yes, what do they do at quarterback? Obviously, they're in a good draft status, so they can draft someone and groom them. That usually takes 1 or 2 years. You have Matt Corral. That's still kind of the unknown. You have to decide what you're going to do with the quarterbacks you have. But, no, I think that's going to be Frank Reich's number one deal is we've got the defense that'll stay pretty solid for years. They've done a nice job the last few years building the offensive line. Running backs you can plug in, receivers you can find. They have to go find a quarterback if they want to be a player in a really unstable NFC South that could easily be winnable here in the future, especially what the other teams are doing. You just got to find somebody who can not turn it over a whole lot, but you need a quarterback to come in and do something. And I think Frank Reich will be good with them if he can keep the same guy for more than 1 year.
Yeah, definitely feels like they're in a spot, and you could say this about just about any NFC South team, but just a couple pieces away from being a playoff team in 2023-24. Brian North joining us on the Pit Electric Live line. And Brian, I don't think I've ever really protested and never been a part of a cause or anything, but if Jeff Saturday is hired as the Colts coach and Steve Wilks was not brought back by Carolina, I think that might be the tipping point for me. I might protest something there. That would just be hilarious, because I think Jeff Saturday's had multiple interviews with the Colts.
Yeah, it's amazing. And, that's the relationship with the owner. And
yeah.
It does make you sit there and go, there's something to this whole thing. I mean, you really have to take a serious look at what's going on here, on how a guy like Steve Wilks, who, again, did everything he was asked to do, but he's yet not retained, and Jeff Saturday, who didn't have a lick of coaching experience, and now it seems to be the thing.
And no success. They won the first game, and then they got hammered and had the biggest collapse in the NFL game. It's just, we'll see what happens, but then again, Jim Irsay's never done anything normal. So
that's just it. And the big thing that coaches and people in the fraternity who have had problems with the minority hiring say, well, there's only one happy team every year, right? And so a bunch of teams keep changing out and still looking for answers. And when you keep looking for retreads, why not try something different? Why not go a different route instead of the conventional route that everybody else has done in the past? Why not give people chances who you may not have taken chances on in the past? And I don't mean Jeff Saturday and no coaching experience when I say that, but people who know the game and can try to come up with different answers than what's been the status quo in a league that hates to change when it comes to how things are done.
Brian North joining us. We are in an era where some of these older QBs that have dominated for decades with Brady and Rodgers, you can see by their play on the field and the fact that they're not playing this weekend that their best days are behind them, and we're anointing the new greats, and of course Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. That's the question. Like, who do you want as your starter? Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. And as we ask that question, Joe Burrow just keeps winning games. Beats Josh Allen 3-0 against Mahomes, trying to get to 4-0. And it's not like he came out of nowhere. He won a national championship, number one pick, all that. But now you've got to put his name up there, obviously, with the greats in the game. And if he can go 4-0 against Mahomes' Chiefs this weekend, I mean, when does he bypass those names? You got to put him up there, right?
Right. Well, the problem is he doesn't fit the mold of what these younger quarterbacks are, and that's dual threat. Joe Burrow's not going to go run anybody down. So he's more of the Tom Brady mold of pocket passer when the whole league seems to be going to guys who are dual threats. So I think that's where he gets discounted a little bit. His offensive line was bad, but the thing with the Bengals, they start so bad, they kind of get out of that narrative, and then they peak at the end of the season, then it's kind of like oh, by the way. Same thing with Zach Taylor, their head coach. Is anybody giving that guy any credit for doing a good job for 2 years in a row? And when does he start talking about as a good young head coach that's innovative or does things, rallies his team? So there's a lot going on here with just perception and what the people who control the media narrative for the NFL are doing with this sort of thing. But at some point you have to take notice. And with Joe Burrow, look, he just has to keep winning, and there's no one more confident than him. So he keeps winning, his name will be right there. But the thing about these dual quarterbacks is, as we saw with Cam Newton, sometimes your career is not as long because of the...
Well, we're seeing that right now with Lamar Jackson, Brian, MVP, who had trouble getting on the field.
Yeah, right. So that's part of the thing they're going to have to fight here. And you're going to see, like a Jalen Hurts, I'm curious, as he becomes a better pocket passer, does he start running a lot less because of the hits you take? Josh Allen hasn't seemed to have gotten that memo yet, and so he started to take some hits. And then Patrick Mahomes he's just magic out there. He's just got to keep those ankles healthy, and he'll have a long career, and he'll always be considered one of the greats because of just how entertaining he is to watch. But look, the league has always been built around pocket passers, and they'll always have a home as long as you can protect them.
Brian North joining us. Talked to Brett Kennedy, WCTI 12 yesterday on the show about his Chiefs. Seems somewhat confident, but is very aware of what Burrow and company have done to his Chiefs over the last few years. Brian, on the NFC side of things, and if we had a coach draft and you could pick a coach to run your franchise, Kyle Shanahan is probably number one for me. And I saw what he did with Washington's offense in 2012 with a healthy Robert Griffin III, and they were pretty much unstoppable with what they did with Griffin and Alfred Morris and that offense. And he was the coordinator in Atlanta, and they go and make a Super Bowl run. And now with the Niners, and look, it's not like he's got scraps. He's got somewhat scraps at quarterback with Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy, but he's got major weapons. And somehow George Kittle gets wide open 4 times a game. Debo gets wide open 3 to 5 times a game. And then you got McCaffrey. We'll see if they can continue this. They haven't lost since, I think, late October. So they have just been winning and winning and winning. They got their biggest test coming up on the road at Philly this weekend. But fascinated by that game, Brian. 2 good defenses. What offense can come through on Sunday?
Yeah, the 49ers haven't lost since they traded for Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And their last loss was the week before they picked him up. So, and look, Nick Sirianni now, he's starting to get into that coaching talk as well as a head coach who just runs a really good franchise. And he may not have the offensive acumen and background of Shanahan or Andy Reid, but watch out for Sirianni. I think he's a coach. A lot of people are talking about how he handles his locker room and is able to coach up the defense and puts his offensive players in the right position. So this is a matchup you may see a lot in the future because a lot of people in Philly really like what he's doing. So,
well, they also like that he's kind of brash too, and his attitude and his. The Eagles fans sing that song, "Nobody likes us, nobody likes us, nobody likes us, we don't care." Like that. Yeah. He's kind of got that thing going, which the fans absolutely love.
Yeah, no, they do. And so this matchup is 2 of the better defenses you're going to see offensively. Look, it comes down to quarterback, right? Jalen Hurts is still young, but has really proven himself this year. The Purdy kid, he's been good, and everything you hear, he's first in the film room, last to lead. He works hard. He's getting better, but we just don't know what a game like this. You feel like you need a quarterback in the fourth quarter to lead you down the field and score. Can he do that? Is that going to be the difference in the game? So I think that fourth quarter quarterbacking is going to be, and turnovers are going to be the big things in this game that will help decide it.
Going to be a great Sunday of football. You can catch the action right here on Pirate Radio if you are out and about, and it'll be Sunday Hoops in Minges Coliseum coming up at noon. Pirates looking to win 2 in a row, Brian. Can they win a game without Javon Small? They did it on Tuesday night against Tulsa. Javon had a good game against Wichita State. The Pirates will be without Javon Small, but trying to sweep Wichita State. Obviously, that's never happened before since this was the first time they've ever beat Wichita State earlier this season. So East Carolina trying to make it 2 in a row Sunday, Brian.
That would be a shocker, right?
There you go.
Thank you. That's what I get paid for. Look, this has been an interesting year with Michael Schwartz and all the new players and just trying to figure it all out. And they show those signs of being there, and then they show those signs of the old ECU basketball deal and not being able to win in January. So we're still trying to find that identity, and is his coaching philosophy, is it seeping in, taking over? He was preaching toughness the other night. Is that going to take hold at some point? And then it comes down to recruiting after that. But getting some of these wins they never used to get before, that can only help bolster it and make you more attractive. And I feel like that's how you have to coach these days. You have to be attractive to transfers now because we hear about them in every sport almost every week. So you've got to put your name out there and get your school brand out there so people will take a look at you when they're looking to upgrade, and for recruiting as well. So it's all about getting players in for ECU. This group, I think, has overachieved at times, and that's been nice, but that can only help you in the future as you try to build that consistent roster that can compete in a tough league.
Brian North joining us, looking at ACC hoops, and as we think ACC hoops, think NCAA tournament basketball, you think Billy Packer, and Billy Packer passing away today. And I'll say this, and I don't think it's speaking ill of the dead. I didn't like Billy Packer.
Nope, me either.
And I think that's what he wanted, or at least he didn't care. How about this? He didn't give a damn if I liked him or not. And growing up, you know what? It's kind of funny how kids' brains works. But like Billy Packer and Bobby the Brain Heenan were like the same guy to me. They were like heel announcers, and if you rooted for the good, he would talk about a lot of negatives and things like that. I think if I watched Billy Packer as an adult, he might be one of my favorites. Just like Bobby the Brain Heenan, looking back, is now unbelievable at what he did. But he had a different style, Brian. He was kind of no nonsense, and it sounds like you kind of felt the same way I did watching Billy Packer.
Oh, I hated him. I always thought he was just angry and biased and just always trying to pick on somebody.
Yeah.
He was a grumpy old man before he was a grumpy old man. And he would always criticize people. He was not an ACC homer, but, he always had this stuff he'd deal with the ACC. And I just couldn't stand him. But as an analyst, he was still good. He could still break down the game and help you understand some things. I just always thought he was, I don't know, he reminded me of that person who was just never happy about anything and was always looking to blame somebody or something else. So I never enjoyed him a whole lot as far as his style, but I respected his abilities, and he was a pretty good analyst, and I told it like it was. And you're right, he didn't care what you thought. He was going to say it the way he saw it, and you had to respect him for that. And obviously, a lot of people liked him for it because he did, 34 straight NCAA tournament Final Four, something like that. It's crazy legacy that he leads.
And I'll tell you what, one thing that made me like Billy Packer a little bit more was getting to know Mark Packer, his son, the Pac-Man. Yeah. We had him right here on Pirate Radio, who, I tell it like it is, guy, but had a great sense of humor, and that kind of told me that, all right, well, there must be something to Billy Packer if his son is this good. And so, but man, certainly left a legacy, as you said, with the way he did it. And now we get, as the older I get, the cooler I think it is that guys kind of do it their way and not just the cookie cutter way we hear it, in every channel we turn on.
I had that conversation with Corey Alexander years ago.
Yeah.
I knew Corey back in my when he was at UVA, and he was from Waynesboro, and I was working in the Shenandoah Valley, so I got to know him a little bit. And I saw him several years ago at the ACC tournament when he was just starting to break into his broadcasting career.
Yeah.
And he was asking me what some thoughts. And I said, just don't be like everybody else. Be your own person. Not everybody may like it, but be Corey Alexander and say what you have to say and give your perspective on the game that other people don't have, because being the same as everybody else is boring, and that won't get you very far. So, I think that's kind of what people have to do, is bring their own personality and perspective to the game that still makes it entertaining but also informative and accurate.
Brian North joining us. Games coming up this weekend in the ACC. NC State, their win streak came to an end against North Carolina last week, and I didn't watch a second of the game, Brian, but following social media, the Terquavion Smith hit got a lot of folks talking, and a lot of idiots from both fan bases riled up. So I saw a ton of that. But they got a big game at Wake Forest coming up on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Duke trying to win a basketball game. Maybe they can do it on the road against 1-9 Georgia Tech. So a couple of highlight games there on Saturday.
Listen to the players from both teams talk about the Terquavion Smith hit, and they all said it was just a basketball play. So I'll leave the fan bases out of that after that. So neither of the coaches had a problem with it. None of the players had a problem with it. Terquavion bounced back, didn't have a good shooting night. I expect him to play much better this Saturday. That's a big game with Wake Forest. They're tied for 6th place in the standings, just a couple games out. So Wake Forest now 2 straight losses ever since beating Clemson. So that's a big game for them too. So that is definitely the marquee game this weekend. Duke, all of a sudden now we're starting to hear John Shire's name get a little criticism next to it now, because they're 1-4, 1-5 in ACC road games, and they have not had that Duke fire that a lot of people would like to see. So the more they lose, the more we'll see how John Shire's name is being portrayed out there. But that's a big one for them. They need to get that win at Georgia Tech. They need a couple road wins to start bolstering their resume. They're in 9th place right now in the ACC.
Yeah, they're going to be playing on like a Monday afternoon in the tournament if they don't watch out.
Right.
And is the tournament in Greensboro this year, Brian? I believe it is, right?
ACC tournament is back in Greensboro this year.
How about Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, Duke's in that game, and Coach K walks through the door and says, "Move over, John. I'm back."
Yeah. I'm rested and ready to go.
And then they lose to Boston College. That would be great. Brian North joining us. And you said that thing about the players and how they talked about the Terquavion Smith foul. That happens so much in sports where two players will be having a disagreement on the sidelines, and we have it on video, so we dissect it, we go over it, we say who's wrong, we say who's right, we say who's a jerk, and then the players are like, no, we're cool, and we just had those things happen, we're fine. And everybody else argues about it for 2 weeks straight.
Right. The whole world's about conflict resolution. None of us get along 100% of the time. If we do, something's not quite right. We have to kind of work through things sometimes, and it's just now in this day and age of cell phone and YouTube and everything being broadcast, it's just not as private as it used to be to let you work those things out, and everybody gets to be a spectator and critic about it now.
North, good stuff. I heard a good question I'm going to start asking folks, and you're probably not the person to ask, but I'll shoot it over to you anyway. What do you search? What do you look up on YouTube, if anything?
Sports highlights that I need for my sports broadcast in the morning.
And that's it. I can't imagine you a big YouTube guy.
Not like a lot of people are, but when I find trending things. Now, I will tell you right now, and I had this conversation with somebody the other day, YouTube has become my dad, right? How do you fix this? And so I go right to YouTube.
There you go. There you go.
Somewhere of how to fix stuff. So I've saved a couple $100 fixing my own dryer, my own ignition on my car, which is probably a $500 deal. So, I look up how to fix things on YouTube. That's probably number 2 after sports highlights. And then number 3 is historical stuff. I'm always looking up, trying to find historical stuff of things that it's amazing what is out there. So
that's a great answer, man. Because I've done that from something as small as tying a tie to installing a toilet. Like you said, we actually did that watching videos. So there you go.
If it's not on YouTube, take it to somebody else. But there's a solution for almost everything on YouTube.
Great answer, Nord. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend, man.
All right, Clipper, you do the same, bud.
Brian North joining us, Pitt Electric Live Line. Let's take a break, come back, wrap up hour number 2. When we return, I'll ask Shirley Rhodes and Chandler Honeycutt what they search on YouTube right after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the number 1 selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in our community and region. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American Airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
This is former ECU baseball player and mayor of Greenville, PJ Connolly, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. ECU football alum Dakota Marshall is the owner of First and Goal Hauling, and with a fleet of dump trucks, he does it all. He hauls dirt, asphalt, stone, and a whole lot more. And with First and Goal Hauling, it is a touchdown every time. Follow First and Goal Hauling on Facebook today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Yeah, so he says to me, what rhymes with orange? And I look at him and I say, no, it doesn't. Welcome back to the show.
The heck was that?
He said, I was called in mid-conversation when you joined me back.
Who were you talking to?
He said, that is the guy over here, Benbow. He said, what rhymes with orange? And I said, no, it doesn't. What doesn't rhyme with orange? Crazy. What do you guys search on YouTube?
I like to watch news bloopers.
Pirate Radio Live.
Oh, yeah, Shirley, huge news bloops fan, as am I.
Yeah, and I also like to, and I like to watch like gag reels and blooper reels from like television shows and movies. And then there's this segment that America's Funniest Videos used to do back when Mark Bergeron was the host, and it was one of my favorites. Tom Bergeron. Did I say Mark? Okay, yeah. Tom Bergeron. He they did this little segment like something like 15 falls in 30 seconds or something like that. And it's like real rapid succession.
A music bed or like a montage.
It's like a little montage, but it catches you just right, and I'm just in tears. And so those are the ones I like to watch on YouTube.
Chandler, what do you watch on YouTube?
Sports highlights.
That is true. And what's funny is if I'm you're in that chair, Shirley's in that chair, if I'm ever in that chair, the other chair, and I look at y'all's computers, y'all are watching news bloopers and sports highlights. So you're not lying. I can confirm that these are what these people search.
Yeah, if I've got a couple extra minutes and I don't, like if we've got like 10 minutes before the show and I'm done with everything, I'll hop on YouTube and be like, hey, I hadn't checked the latest installment of News Bloopers. Let me go check it out.
I watched the Dozen Trivia from Barstool. I watch a lot of I watch some Barstool programming, their college football show, things like that. I'm very embarrassed to admit that because I feel like this is so phony, but I don't know why I like it. It's very embarrassing. I like reaction videos to songs.
No, I like them too. I went through a phase where I was doing it a lot.
They got to be fake, and I'm just a sucker for like a young black kid watching Leonard Skinner or an old white dude watching a Tupac song as if it's their first time watching. Just anybody watching some kind of music genre outside of their norm and getting their reaction to it. I don't know why. I'm a sucker for it. I got to admit.
Speaking of reaction videos, especially around Super Bowl time, which we're getting near, I like to watch reactions of fans in their living rooms react to their team winning the Super Bowl.
Those are good too, but I pretty much think everything's phony out there that I see. That's my outlook on life these days.
That's depressing.
Now, there is a section, I guess, like a cross section of reaction videos that I do like to watch, which is someone will take, you're not supposed to have like a video camera or anything like that inside a movie theater, especially like if it's a brand new movie.
Oh, right. Kramer was a bootlegger.
Yes,
on
yes,
Seinfeld.
he was. Yes, he was. And there's when Infinity War came out for Marvel.
I know what you're talking about.
When Black Panther returned, and then of
the
course,
whole group
comes out, and then all of a sudden Captain America, gets a hold of Thor's hammer, and the place just goes nuts. I like watching those reaction videos of people in various movie theaters across the country when they see that for the first time, or like in Spider-Man. When the other Spider-Men show up.
And
their reaction.
Like,
and everybody's like freaking out.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for whatever reason, I enjoy watching those.
Let's get another break in. We'll come back, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live, big giveaway. Craig on Facebook has a bad joke and a YouTube suggestion. Which one do you want to hear first?
I don't know, but I have a bad joke. I told you guys off the air.
Craig's bad joke. So we were talking about the Panthers, Matt Corral. He said, Corral has upside during day games, usually fresh and ready to go. During night games, seems stale and sluggish. We were talking about Golden Corral, right?
Let's go to break.
His suggestion is Shirley, search Chuck Norris Sniper on YouTube. It combines Chuck Norris movie clips with falls/fails.
Oh, there's one with the little ninja guy.
All right. I'll take your word for it. Back with you after this.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Mike Schwartz. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. They also provide urgent orthopedic care on the weekends. For experienced and professional services, call the folks at Orthopedics East at 757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Have you experienced increased aches and pains recently? Have you heard of CBD? Hemp Garden is your premier CBD retailer in Eastern North Carolina. Do you find yourself having anxiety or in need of extra sleep support? Hemp Garden has a variety of Delta 8 and hemp-derived Delta 9 products that can assist with those issues. If you're unable to stop by the store, don't worry. Give them a call today at 413-6100 for a consultation, and they'll ship right to your door. Hemp Garden, 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Greenville's newest sports bar is officially open. Coco's Sports Bar, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location right off of Greenville Boulevard, has daily specials, including $2.50 aluminum bottles on Tuesdays and $1 wings on Wednesdays. Along with their great food, Coco's has great entertainment for you and the crew to enjoy with karaoke on Thursdays, a live DJ on Fridays, and live music every Saturday night. Check out Coco's Sports Bar on Facebook for the latest information on menu items, drink and lunch specials, and more. Go Pirates!
Are you looking for a home loan? Look no further than Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage. Since 1960, Guild Mortgage has partnered with industry professionals to close loans on time and help millions of Americans realize their dreams. Call Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage in Jacksonville, 910-389-4602. Amy Goss is licensed in Florida, Georgia, Maine, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 3274. NMLSconsumeraccess.org / for licensing information. Please visit guildmortgage.com / licensing. Guild Mortgage is not affiliated with Pirate Radio.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients.
Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road in Winterville and a new location coming soon to Uptown Greenville. To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies in Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. With years of experience, the team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that's right for you. Visit them at 3101 South Evans Street in Greenville or schedule a home visit to receive a stretch or massage in the comfort of your own home. Call today at 916-4530 to schedule your first stretch consultation or massage appointment and check them out online at bodiesinbalance.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. It is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. We're giving away our Bud Light Seltzer Cocktail Hour and Apple Slices coming up this hour, along with some other goodies, courtesy of your friends here at Pirate Radio. Stay tuned for that. Right now, joining us, Pit Electric Live Line, the voice of Minges Coliseum. You'll hear him Sunday when the Pirates take on Wichita State. Morgan Ahlers joining us. Morgan, how you doing, man?
Doing fantastic, Clip. Get ready for another fun weekend of sports and fun and frolic. How about that?
Fun and frolic. We got a triple header of activity coming up Sunday. ECU basketball at noon, and then after that, it'll be the NFC and AFC championship games. You can hear those football games right here on Pirate Radio. Morgan, great to see the Pirates get a W. Needed it the other night. And they got it, thanks to Brandon Johnson, thanks to R.J. Felton, thanks to Ben Biela, Luigi DeBow doing what he does on hustle plays. Caleb Accounta. It was Jeff Charles said it, and he was right. A lot of heroes the other night. Badly needed win for Michael Schwartz's guys.
Yeah, they played hard. You know, they're still, we talked about last week, they're trying to find that identity since Javon Small's not in the lineup right now. And everybody's got to step up and do a little bit more than maybe what they're used to doing. And I think you saw a little bit of more effort the other night in some players, and they got some playing time. There were guys, Saxby Sutherland got in there and played well, and for a few minutes that he was in there. And it's fun watching these guys try to develop and get better. They're going to have a tough one coming up Sunday, but Coach Schwartz and his staff, they're doing a good job trying to keep these guys together and build a little bit of momentum, and maybe they can carry that until Sunday afternoon, 12 o'clock tip-off.
And, Morgan, you've seen Ezra Asar put on a show at Minges Coliseum, and the moves he makes, the quickness he can get to the rim from the three-point line and from the top of the key, it's incredible. He has been struggling of late, and we see this, I guess, with freshmen. Talking to Michael Perry earlier this week, he said you see it with freshmen. You especially see it with freshmen in conference play when that level of competition increases. And we're seeing that right now with Ezra. We just hope he can kind of snap out of it and get back to the way he was playing earlier. He's a guy. I mean, they won the other night with him not doing anything, Morgan, which is a positive in one hand, but we certainly want to see Ezra get back going.
Yeah, we were talking about that courtside the other night. That, he's been struggling a little bit, but in this conference, you've got some guys in the paint that are grown men. Ezra's still a young guy, 17, 18 years old, freshman. And the other night, he's playing against a fourth-year junior who was he was a man down low, and he was pushing him around when he got in there. He wasn't able to do the things that he was able to do earlier against maybe some less talented teams. And it'll come around. He'll figure it out, and he'll find his place in the team and his role, and you'll see flashes of that. And hopefully, as the season gets down to the final stages of the season, he'll be playing his best basketball. He'll understand what his role is and be able to make some of those shots that he was making earlier against some talented players. It's just a matter of a maturation process, I think, with Ezra, because he's got the talent. He's pretty big, for a freshman. He's got good size. But again, you're playing against some guys that have been playing in the league for 4 or 5 years. It's not going to be easy down low in the paint.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Holden Ahlers will be on the left coast participating in the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl coming up on Saturday, and he'll have a couple of teammates with him. Noah Henderson, who was blocking for him in the Hula Bowl, and also C.J. Johnson, his running mate from D.H. Conley out there. And have you checked in? How's Holden's week gone out there, Morgan?
He said he's had a really good week. He's learned a lot. He's had a lot of good on-the-field coaching and a lot of off-the-field experiences as well, as the NFL Players Association does a really good job of working with the guys at night. They've got meetings and they have lecturers come in talking about the business side of the NFL, the transition from college to pro and what to expect, and they really make a full week out of it. I mean, they usually go till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. I think it's curfew West Coast time, and so it's been a fun week for them. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. From what I understand, Noah has come back, sprained his ankle, I think, hurt his ankle a little bit, so they sent him back for treatment. So I don't think he'll be playing tomorrow, but the experience of getting out there and being eligible for it's going to certainly hold his stock when it comes up to Pro Day here coming up the end of March.
Yeah, no doubt. And being able to talk to those scouts, he was at the Hula Bowl, C.J. Johnson out there at the Collegiate Bowl. We heard today Keaton Mitchell and C.J. as well will be participating in the NFL Combine. And going to talk about eyeballs on you and the microscope. A ton of scouts teams will be out there. That's great for those two guys, Morgan, trying to enhance their marketability to potentially be drafted and joining an NFL team.
Yeah, it really is. And, the Combine, there's a certain number of slots they bring in, and the Combine's basically set up for when teams want to get a good look at somebody. Like, for instance, with CJ, you got somebody that was very productive in the slot this year, big body, can run, can catch. And then with Keaton, I'm excited to see what he can do in the 40 out there if he's been training really hard, and I think he will. He's going to be really exciting to see what that time's going to be in the 40-yard dash, because look what it did for Chris Johnson. He went out there and set a record and translated into a really lucrative NFL career for him. And hopefully that'll be the case for CJ and for Keaton coming out of the Combine. And as far as Holton's concerned, his focus right now is getting in the NFLPA game tomorrow, doing well in that, and then still debating on what to do as far as the surgery. Going to make a decision on that probably Sunday or Monday, and then if he's going to have it or he's going to go down to Mobile and start training and get ready for Pro Day. So we'll have to see.
Then for good information, Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pitt Electric Live Line here on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Morgan, we are down to 4, and what a 4 it is in the NFL. You got the Niners taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia, and then Mahomes, Burrow, part 4, and Burrow has won the first 3 in this series, in this matchup. So 2 great games on paper. Morgan, what do you think about them? Who you got on Sunday?
San Francisco, Philly. It's going to be tough for Frisco to win in Philadelphia, although they played extremely well last week. The crowd's going to be into it. That stadium is really, really built for fan participation. It seems like the fans are right on top of you. It's loud, and they're going to be raucous. And Philly's playing really good football right now. Not that San Francisco's not, but I just don't think they're going to have what it takes to win. They could. I'd say I'd go with Philly 80-20 that they're going to win that game. And you're looking at the other one with Cincinnati and Kansas City. A lot of it obviously depends on how Patrick Mahomes' his ankle is. I understand he sprained it, like on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 6 or a 7. Not a really, disabling sprain, but still his key is mobility. And I think you saw that in the second half when he got back in there. He wasn't able to throw the football like he can and move around like he can. And Cincinnati's defense has been playing pretty good. Obviously, last week in Buffalo, kudos to them. They took it to Buffalo, and Cincinnati's offensive and defensive lines just dominated that game. And if they can do that against Kansas City, it wouldn't shock me to see Kansas City fall at home to the Bengals. I'm saying 60-40 Bengals.
All right, Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pit Electric Live Line. I am excited for those. I'm excited to be in Minji's coming up at noon on Sunday. Great sports weekend along with all the hoops action and the NFL PA Collegiate Bowl going on Saturday. So weekend is set. Good sports weekend, folks. Morgan, thanks for joining us, man. We will talk to you again soon.
Thanks a lot, Clip. And for those that are wondering, the NFL PA Bowl will be at 6 o'clock Saturday night on the NFL Network.
NFL Network, 6 o'clock. Check it out. All right, Morgan. Thanks, man.
Thanks. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too, bud. There is Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pit Electric Live Line. All right, Shirley. I got Bud Light Seltzer apple slices, Bud Light Seltzer cocktail hour, variety packs for each, and we're going to give those away.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250. Shirley, what call are you looking for on this Free Beer Friday? Caller 12, 317-1250. Must be 21 or older and have not won this month. This is the last Friday show of January. Can you be our last Free Beer Friday winner of January? Call in now. More to go. Pirate Radio Live. When we return, Chandler Honeycutt has a joke for you. That and more on the way after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, how can you help people with service in 2023?
We continue to offer free pickup and drop-off for the customers, and our customers' time is valuable. So we've added 3 additional Express Loop technicians to reduce wait time. That's our #1 goal for 2023. And please don't forget, we service all makes and models. We're voted #1 in Greenville by the customer. Come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holton Ahlers for my friends at ArcPoint Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust ArcPoint Labs to give you quick and accurate results for your laboratory testing needs. ArcPoint Labs provides insights and solutions to enable individuals, businesses, and communities to make informed decisions on their health, safety, and well-being. Visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina ArcPoint Labs locations or go to arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. And they're open every day and have 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. And both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. And congratulations to Clee Smith, who was our winner of our Free Beer Friday.
I'm more of a fan of Elton's.
And Free Beer Friday is brought to you by Bud Light. Every day, especially game day, is better with an ice cold Bud Light. Pick up some Bud Light today at your favorite retailer. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. There you go, Clip.
I asked earlier what everybody searches on YouTube. We've created a monster.
Uh-oh.
Eric on YouTube says, I want to do a reaction video to Boom Boom Boom.
Boom Boom Boom. Now let me say well.
Johnny on Facebook says, for the past 24 hours, I've been watching nothing but Boom 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 videos on YouTube.
Boom Boom Boom. Now let me say well.
Well.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
They got you?
Oh, man.
You're doing it?
I've been bit by the boom, boom, boom. I've been bit by the boom, boom, boom bug.
Oh, no. It happens to everyone. And
it's like zombies, like in zombie movies.
You don't want them to get you, and eventually they do, and then you turn into one.
Yep.
Now you're turning into a Wayo guy.
Like a John Moody.
Like earlier this week, you were not a Wayo guy. Now you're a Wayo guy.
Is John Moody patient zero?
He could be. They got him early on. He was one of the first, and now he's walking around saying Wayo and screaming it in Minji's. And this is how these pandemics and things start, like these zombie movies.
Spreads.
I watched This Is... I almost said This Is Us. I've never seen that show. The Last of Us on HBO. And, like, at first there's a few of these zombie-esque creatures around, then there's 12, then there's 100, then there's 1,000, and then it's an entire hemisphere. And pretty soon It's going to spread to 213, and it's going to spread above 2.
You are terrible! And stop playing that song!
It's going to spread above us to the media row. You're going to have P. Mace and Igo saying Wayo. Yeah. Mike Schwartz on the bench saying Wayo. Our guy, Keith Pugh, the hype man with the Harden beard, he's going to be saying Wayo. The band is going to be saying Wayo.
Jeff Charles
Wayo is going to be saying Wayo. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say Wayo.
The moron of the month.
And Michael Perry's going to say Wayo.
He's going to say Wayo now.
And
He's going to say Wayo now.
So I was going to say, look, it's a good song, Clip.
Look,
listen,
and Wayo.
Listen.
Look, Wayo.
Listen, the Out Here brothers, the Out Here boys, whatever their name is, they're good kids. It's a good song.
Morgan Ahlers is going to be doing it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And let me say Wayo. Ed says, I want to see Britney Spears dance to Boom Boom Boom.
The moron.
No, you're right. He is a moron. He is a giant moron, but
he loves that Britney Spears bit.
Who?
Spears!
Is she here?
No.
Do we care?
What is she doing with her career?
Oh, boy.
What is Britney doing with her career?
Folks, you're in luck. Chandler has a joke, and he tried it on Shirley and I. Got big laughs from us, and now he's ready to give it to you. Chandler, take it away.
All right. Here's the joke. Guy walks into a bar, sits down at the bar, and tells the bartender, he says, let me get a beer. He drinks that beer and tells the bartender, hey, bartender, give me another beer, and I'm going to go use the bathroom right quick. When he goes to use the bathroom, he comes back. Bartender says, I wouldn't drink that beer if I were you. He said, what in the world? He said, why? He said, a monkey peed in your beer.
What?
He said, hold up now, wait a minute. Who's monkey? He said, it's that guy over there playing the guitar. So the guy walks over there to the guy playing guitar, and he says, hey, man. He says, do you know your monkey peed in my beer? Guitar player goes, no, but if you hum it, I might could play it.
Woo! That's good stuff right there, buddy.
I wish I could say the actual word, but it was...
I don't know if it makes it any more funny.
Just,
The funny part was when you told us during the break and you started laughing before you could get the punchline out.
He says, hey, man.
That's what made me laugh.
Do you know the monkey peed in your peed in my beer? He says, well, no, but if you hum it, I might could play it.
A monkey peed in my beer. If somebody told me that, my first question would have not been, whose monkey was it? Like, that was a pretty... I would have been like, first of all, repeat yourself to make sure I heard you right. Secondly, why are you allowing monkey... Where did the monkey come from? Why is it in this establishment?
Why is it peeing in people's beers?
Why did you let it on the bar to pee in my beer? But like in your universe, it almost makes it sound like it's okay to bring monkeys in.
Like it's whose monkey is it? This happened to me. This happened to me last week. Whose is it this time?
Is this Ricky's? No.
No. It's that guy playing guitar.
John Boy brought it in. He's playing tonight.
Do you know your monkey peed in my beer? Well, no, but if you hum it, I might could play it.
Are you going to keep saying the punchline?
I'm just trying to say it because I didn't say it with confidence earlier. I did. I laughed.
That was funny when you delivered to us laughing. That was pretty good. All right, good joke, Chan man. We've got Craig says, Chandler, we need a Wayo in your best Mike Houston and Corey Glore voice. All right, Shirley hit the song. First we'll do Mike Houston. All right, here we go, Shirley.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me say Wayo.
Wayo. Very hard-nosed Wayo.
Let's do Corey Glore.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me say Wayo.
Wayo.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Wayo.
Rick Smith.
The 1-0.
Wayo. All right, let's do Coach Jeff Connors.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me say Wayo.
All right, ready? Wayo.
Steve Ellis.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me say Wayo.
Wayo. Jaquan McMillan Wayo. When I think of boom, 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 I really think of Jaquan McMillan making tackles on the field.
You know that white rapper that died like 8 to 10 years ago?
Mac Miller?
I'm sorry, what's his name, Coach?
Mac Miller.
Thank you. Miller, I think it was.
Mac Miller.
Mac Miller. All right, Jim Rome.
Boom, boom, boom. And then you tell me to say, Wayo. Play it again. Wayo? Really?
How about no?
How about wait, no?
Go to hell.
He tells him to go to hell and to get a job. Tommy T. Let's go to Tommy. Let's get the emails. Here's Tommy T. Tommy T says,
Go to hell. Get a job.
Go to hell and get a job.
Do you remember that day we couldn't stop talking like Rome and Morgan was on with us? And I was so tickled I couldn't hardly talk. And Morgan just was.
He was over it.
Yeah. He wanted to come strangle us, basically. That was fun.
You got to do.
What else?
The
Gary
steak guy.
Hahn?
Yeah, Gary Hahn.
Oh.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me say well.
And amongst all the... No, I'm just kidding. Wayo.
Let's go down to Tony.
First Horizon Wayo. A Case Age Wayo.
Let me look at where these guys are from. The Out Here Brothers.
And amongst all the...
Oh, there. It looks like, Gary, they originated out of Chicago. You okay with Chicago?
And amongst all the people in Chicago.
Yeah. All right. That was a segment. Did we leave anything out? Stan says, clip, why do you care? Good question.
Why do you care? Next.
You are terrible.
Should I talk like that at games?
Yes.
Yes. Next.
Chandler, you better keep that camera out of my face on Sunday.
I'm sorry. Did it really disappoint you that I videoed you unsolicited?
Nah, it made for... You know what? Why should it matter?
Why do you care?
Why do I care? If we're not willing to do something that we don't want to be seen on camera, we shouldn't be doing it. Mm-hmm. Am I right?
Am I right?
Am I right or am I right?
You are correct, sir.
So, no, you can film me because if I am caught on film saying something really out of line, I should be taken to task for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, it made for great content this week.
It did that too. You still will be hearing from my attorneys. I'm planning on.
I'm still waiting.
Suing you
I'm still waiting, buddy.
By the time this is over, I'm going to own Vinny's Pizzeria.
Oh, now you're hitting home.
Yeah,
you're hitting home, buddy.
That's right.
But guess what? I've got a lawyer.
I've
got a lawyer myself.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All offices of Honeycut and Honeycut.
I'm going to own Vinny's. I'm going to own that Corolla. And you know what I'm going to do with that?
Take it.
You know what I'm going to do with all that money? I'm going to buy your old Jeep. I'm going to fix it up.
Oh, my God. This is brutal.
Yeah.
No, dude, stop. Seriously, stop it.
I'm going to buy that Jeep.
Stop it.
I'm going to give it a pretty yellow coat of paint. Fix the engine, the innards. And that's right.
While I sit in prison. You're going to be showing it off to me while I sit
This is more of a civil case. I don't think you're going to go to prison or anything. I just want that money, man. I just want that green. Them backs, baby. All right, let's take a break. When we return, have you been following the golf scuttlebutt this week?
No.
Do you know what I'm referring to?
No.
Okay, well, good. You're just the person to hear our next conversation. With Mark Greenelge, Golf Shop Radio Show. Rory versus Reed. I'll have him explain to me exactly why these two men are chirping at one another, and it does involve a lawsuit, actually. More to go after this.
Let the bass kick. Let the bass kick. Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Happy New Year. This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
NMLS 28516, Equal Housing Lender. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a good day for the stock market today. The Dow was up 28 points, closed out the day at, closed out the week rather, 33,978. The NASDAQ was up 100 109 points at 11,621. The S&P was up 10 at 4,070. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. We've got the AFC and NFC championship games coming up Sunday right here on Pirate Radio. Saturday on Pirate Radio, it's the Golf Shop Radio Show, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Pirate Radio. And Mark Greenhelge, one of the hosts of that program, joins us here on the Pit Electric Live line. Greeny, how you doing today, man?
Doing great, Clip. How are you doing?
Doing good. I've been waiting to get you on because explain to me like I'm 5 and our listeners the Patrick Reed, Rory McIlroy beef, and kind of saw it come to a head this week. Could you give us the background, Greeny, on why? First of all, why is there a beef, and then what was the latest chapter of it that happened earlier this week?
Well, it starts with Patrick Reed. He's suing everybody under the sun, except maybe you and me, for something. I mean, Rory probably said something about a live person or included Patrick Reed in that grouping. So Patrick Reed people sued them, and apparently he actually served Rory McIlroy on Christmas Eve with a subpoena. So Rory was probably not going to talk to him anyway, and certainly not after that happened. So apparently Patrick, for some reason, decides to go over and try and talk to Rory over at Dubai during the DP World Tour event practice round, and shakes the hand of Rory's caddy, and then decides to start talking to Rory, and Rory pretty much ignored him. And Patrick turned around and kind of flipped the tee out of his pocket back at Rory McIlroy. Supposedly it was it had his team name on it or something like that from Liv. And then he calls Rory childish for not responding to him when he was speaking to him. But yet the guy that throws the tee is not childish. So,
all right.
Again, just a shamble of things from Patrick Reed. Don't know what he's doing. He's been accused of cheating at the University of Georgia when he was there. Been accused of cheating on the PGA Tour. So not a good look for Patrick Reed going forward, and good on Rory to just kind of keep his mouth shut and move on.
I'm very novice. I talk to you on Fridays. I follow Harold from time to time and check out the majors. That's about the extent of my golf interest and following. But Greeny, when it comes to Patrick Reed, I know he has the negative, the heel kind of outlook on him. But I guess his one bright spot, he did get the name Captain America for a Ryder Cup performance, right? Like, is that like his one shining bright spot where he was the good guy in a long list of bad guy traits he's had on the tour?
Yeah, and it was really, in all honesty, it was like 9 holes, because him and Rory had that epic 9-hole battle where they were just going back and forth, and then they both kind of petered out in that round. So it was really like a 9-hole unbelievable run that Patrick Reed had, and that was kind of the end of it. So he's been basically was replaced in the previous Ryder Cup with the Spieth Thomas duo kind of took over from Patrick Reed. So, and then with him going to Live, we didn't have to worry about it anymore. So, he's got his Masters win. He's had a lot of issues. He's had family issues. He's kind of pushed his own family away and mostly deals with his wife's family. So there has been a lot of issues, and they just seem to continue to follow Patrick Reed wherever he goes.
Yeah, Mark Greenhelge, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us from Ryder Cup to Sam Ryder. Sam Ryder, 12 under par in the lead, 3 shots ahead of John Rahm at Torrey Pines. And Rahm has had a huge day. Finau, 6 under par on the day. Some big scores there, low scores on the course here. We're following that. Greeny, what else going on this weekend? I guess is there a tournament in Dubai going on right now as well?
Yeah, they got delayed big time with some weather in round 1, so they're actually kind of a day behind. So they'll end up finishing on Monday. So you get the Farmers, which starts on Wednesday and finishes on Saturday, and now you'll get to the Dubai Desert Classic finishing on Monday. So kind of a full slate of golf this weekend, except for, which I pick on, the LPGA Tour. They had their Tournament of Champions last week, and then they take a month off. And when they come back for 3 events over in Asia, and we kind of out of sight, out of mind them. So they need to fix that scheduling. But, yeah, so there's some good golf going on. A lot of good guys. The Desert Classic is where you have Live guys and PGA Tour / European Tour guys playing. So that's why Rory and Patrick Reed were on the same driving range together. So we're back in full swing on golf right now.
Yeah, and some big names on that leaderboard in California, including John Rahm in second right now, but Colin Morikawa, Max Homa tied for third right now. Finau, Jason Day at 6 under par. Fowler, so some names up there in the Farmers Insurance Open going on right now. Greeny, NFL Sunday, AFC, NFC Championship. Who do you got? Chiefs and Bengals. Can Burrow go 4-0 against Mahomes and the Chiefs? And then, man, it should be a great defensive game. We'll see what offense clicks in the Philadelphia-San Fran game. Who do you got advancing to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, I've really got the Eagles and the Bengals. I think if Trevor Lawrence throws that one pass that got intercepted about a foot higher, we may be talking Cincinnati playing Jacksonville in Jacksonville right now for the right to go to the Super Bowl, because Jacksonville kind of had a little mojo going, and Mahomes was hurt. And that one pass, if it goes over the top of the guy that picks it off, we might be having a different discussion right now. I think that angle is going to be a huge problem for Patrick Mahomes. I think he's still going to be able to do some things, but I don't think he's going to be able to be the Patrick Mahomes that we're used to seeing. And Joe Burrow was 3-0 against him when he is the guy that you were used to seeing. And then I just think that the Eagles' defense is going to put a little too much pressure on Brock Purdy to get the 49ers through. So I'm going a road. I mean, I'm going home team and then a road team.
Good stuff. Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show. A lot of golf, as you said, going on this weekend, Greeny. What is the focus on the Golf Shop Radio Show coming up on Saturday?
Well, yeah, we're going to talk a lot of that. So we had the PGA show, so that's the big merchandise show where all the vendors come into a place down in Orlando and show off what they've got going on, coming out new, and all that good stuff. So we're going to get a review from that from John Glosiak. And then we're going to talk a little Rex Hoggard, see what he's got going on, probably boots on the ground out in California. And then we're going to check in with Tom Gorman as LIV has finally published their schedule, their full 14-event schedule, although we still don't have our teams. And then we're going to talk next week the AT&T Pebble Beach with Steve Johns. So lots of golf talk going on this Saturday.
Packed show coming up Saturday right here, 8 to 10 a.m. on Pirate Radio, the Golf Shop Radio Show with Mark Greenhelge and company. Greeny, thanks for your time today. Have a great show tomorrow, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. All right, Mark Greenhelge, Golf Shop. Man, a lot going on in the golf world. And good report on the Patrick Reed, Rory McIlroy beef. It's like Biggie Tupac.
I guess.
And other beefs that have been out there.
By the way,
what's the best beef in sports right now? All right, go ahead and say what you're going to say, and then we'll talk about that to wrap up the show.
I think the best, I would say Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
No, don't.
All right, I apologize. Speaking of golf, and speaking of me, you asked me a few weeks ago, you said, when was the earliest you've ever played golf?
Yeah.
In just a couple of weeks, I will be playing in a golf tournament. I will be playing in the Lakewood Country Club Tough Man competition.
Huh?
You heard me. Tough Man competition.
How is that?
They put the hole in the craziest places.
And that shows your toughness?
Yes. They just make it tough on the golf course.
Okay.
You might have to play from way behind,
Tough Man meant something different back in my day.
Yeah. But I will be playing golf in the month of February 11th.
I don't know how I feel about this, Chandler. We have had some nice weekends to play golf this winter. But, like, you're risking it. Not you personally, but, like, this just feels like it's going to be brutal that weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
it's near the start of ECU baseball, and
like
that's always cold.
Yeah, every Saturday goes by, and you're probably like, this would have been a good Saturday for that event. This would have been a good Saturday. And then that Saturday is going to get here. It's going to show how tough you really are, buddy.
Yep.
Got to bundle up, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's take a break. We'll come back, get ready to wrap it up. Biggest beef in sports going right now. What do you got? Give us some
Shannon Sharp and John Morant's dad.
Shannon Sharp and T. Morant. Is that his name?
T.
I believe that.
Looks just like Usher.
Usher. We'll take a break, come back, wrap it up, PRL after this.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on HoistTheColors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
When it comes to hauling dirt, asphalt, or stone, you can trust the pros at First and Goal Hauling Incorporated. They have a fleet of dump trucks ready to get the job done. And best of all, it's owned and operated by ECU football alum Dakota Marshall. When you have a big job and you need it done right, count on First and Goal Hauling, where it's a touchdown every time. Keep up with Dakota Marshall and First and Goal Hauling by following them on Facebook today.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Hey, I'm Holt Ahlers. No one knows better than me how important it is as a quarterback to have protection on the field to be successful. My frontline team is critical to my success. For your frontline insurance protection, you need the team at Buck Insurance Agency. Buck Insurance Agency is your local team and have been helping customers like you for over 30 years with their insurance needs. When you need insurance protection, you'll get the whole team with Brian Buck and his staff. Call toll-free at 877-357-1966. Go Pirates.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With homes in Blackwood, Mills Creek, Dalton's Cove and Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, they're constantly expanding. Now to Laurel Glen and Sarah's Way, plus the new duplex community at Abigail Trails. BMS Builders can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or ECU football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes and they can build yours as well. Call 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
What's up? This is Bryson Worrell, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on the Players Association game that'll be coming up on Saturday night. And of course, any news that keeps or that breaks over the weekend, you make sure you want to follow us on all of our platforms at PR927FM. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday, getting ready to wrap it up, head into your weekend. Let's take a look at your weekend forecast.
I have a sports beef.
Hang on, we're doing the weekend forecast.
Oh, sorry.
High of 60 on Saturday with a low of 32. Sunday, high of 63, low of 48.
Are we expecting any rain in that forecast?
Great question, Shirley. I'm seeing sunny skies, no rain in sight. Monday, a different story. You might want to bring your umbrella to work. Could be some showers.
Now back to you. By the way, as a salesperson, I have brought it up that I remember Troy doing the weather every day on his Live at 5 show. How would you guys feel if we brought back weather every day and I brought you the weather and had it sponsored? We're always trying to get something sponsored on the show.
How would I feel about it?
How would you feel?
Chandler, if I told you, it would probably be the greatest feeling I've ever had in my life. Would that mean anything to you?
Doesn't mean a lot.
Well, get it done. God, I want to feel that good. I need that weather sponsor. Can I deliver the weather?
You can. I mean, I was going to do it, but you can.
You know how I would feel if you delivered the weather?
How would you feel?
Think about your wedding day. Think about the birth of your first child. I'm
thinking about that right now.
Think about that first kiss. Think about your team winning the championship. Combine all those feelings together. That's how I would feel. Biggest beefs in sports. Eric says, Clip, Boom Boom Brock versus ECU game day operations. That is not true, Eric, and don't say that. I do not have a beef with them.
Now, I have a question. Going back to my weather thing. I do want to ask Cliff Godwin how he would feel about it. Coach, how would you feel about us bringing the weather to the show every day and telling the weather? How would you feel, Coach? I need you to answer me right now. How would you feel if I brought the weather back to Pirate Radio Live every single day, Monday through Friday?
Here, we're both just looking at Shirley, waiting for her to play the clip.
I would want to ask Cliff Godwin, Coach.
She's not paying.
How would you feel?
Shirley's not paying.
I don't care about the weather. I
us.
can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
And we're just having the show, and we're looking at Shirley. She's not paying no mind to us at all.
I got that idea because Hannah Manning on Facebook said Cliff Godwin should sponsor it.
That is a good call. Shirley, what's your biggest beef in sports?
Oh, I was thinking beef between. My thought was.
Where is the beef? That's my question.
Like former Red Sox pitcher Pedro Martinez.
Uh-huh.
And just the entire Yankees fan base.
That was a great era of beef.
Yeah.
And
because he would sit there and say, "Who's your daddy?" But if he had a bad pitching day in the Bronx, boy, they would just give it right back to him.
And he famously, in a press conference, said, "The Yankees are my daddy."
Yeah.
After a loss.
I thought it was because he was the antagonist for the Yankees.
And he threw Don Zimmer's old ass to the ground,
which was great. Don Zimmer had no business coming out there.
What an insane time to be alive that was. That was crazy. Chandler, what was your sports beef?
I don't know. It's not the biggest of all time, but I just remember.
No, I meant currently anyway.
Oh, I don't know. I was just going to bring up Jonathan Papelbon and Bryce Harper getting at it
in the dugout.
Yeah,
teammate beef.
I would say Jonathan Papelbon versus everybody.
Yeah,
everybody hated that guy.
I think currently, and this is how kind of we'll have more time to think about it, but like the only current beef I can think of is like Eli Apple, like getting under the skin of Diggs and all these receivers and just talking nonstop junk on Twitter.
Yeah,
and that's like all that's going on right now. Like. Diggs will say something about how bad he is, and Eli will say, Cancun on 3, 1, 2, 3. You know, y'all are, you know.
Yeah. By the way, we just talked to Greeny about Reed and McElroy's beef, but Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau, that was huge beef, which I think has been squashed since.
We need more sports beef. Hey, I hope you guys have a beefy weekend. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Have a beefy weekend, everybody.
But I want you to have a beefy weekend, and we'll see you Monday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley Rhodes, Man of Chan, I'm Clip Brock. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation.